So, let's see. Where'd you guys stop, or where'd you guys start last time? You started at the mouth of the cave, right? Everybody was going into the cave?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, time before that, you previously killed the bandit, and so last time we played, you guys were all entering this cave. You all pushed in. I believe everyone else hung back except Max. Max cast a spell of invisibility on himself, and he was going to go scout ahead. Getting around the corner, he didn't see anybody of any threat, but he did see a humanoid over in a cage that was kind of down some stairs leading to a lower platform. He saw a humanoid and he wanted to go up to inspect the cage, and he promptly got caught himself into a bear trap. He tried to pull the bear trap off. He ended up screaming. All of you guys heard him. Thaldak, Lee, and Corbin came around the corner to see nothing but a bear trap just bleeding. Nothing in the bear trap, but closed and bleeding. You all come around the corner, and then luckily got Max out just in time. 3 bandits crashed in, 2 carrying scimitars, 1 with a crossbow, and you guys promptly had a fight. It actually lasted a lot longer than I thought it was going to last, and you guys finished off the bandits, Corbin dealing the death blow to the last one, jumping off all heroic style, and then you decided to take care of this new humanoid who was in the cage. Thaldak decided he was going to approach the cage first and got a rock thrown at his face. Shattered across the bars, and then finally had some conversation with Amara. And also, going back just a little bit, during the fight, Max actually fell. He got slit across the throat from one of the bandits and started bleeding out. Corbin did give him a healing word and bring him back to consciousness. However, Max's vocal cords have permanently been damaged, and he can no longer speak. You guys got Amara out of the cage and went into the next room. Thaldak opened the door and heard a metallic clink as a axe started swinging at his face. Got up against the door frame and luckily didn't hit him. Everybody pushed past the axe, and looking across, you guys found yourself in a very large cavern, 300 foot across or so, 300, 400 foot across. Big waterfall coming down the side, roaring rapids down at the bottom, just an immense sound coming from this waterfall. There is a rope bridge in front of all of you, and it's swaying slightly in the breeze from the falls. A lot of dense mist in the air, and it's really hard to see more than maybe, I don't know, 50 foot ahead or so with the dense mist coming up. But you can see this rope bridge. You can't see fully across the bridge, but you can see probably about 3/4 of the way across, and you can see the bridge. It starts slacking in the middle and starts coming back up. You can just start seeing right at the end of your vision is where it's coming back up to attach over to the other side. And that's where we're at. So what are you guys doing? Oh, and you also did decide to take a short rest. I'm going to go ahead and say you guys just took an hour on that. That way, Max, the two items you have, you are now attuned to. Because they did require attunement.
Okay.
So, and that's an hour long, so you guys did take a short rest to heal up after the fight with the bandits. So we'll just say that was an hour long, so you're now attuned to those, and you can now use those at your will. So, just got done with the hour-long rest.
Hit dice as well.
Yeah, if you didn't, yeah, because I told all of you guys at the end of last stream to roll hit dice if you wanted to. If you didn't, you can do that now. But either way, you guys took an hour-long rest, and you are now here ready to go. So, what's happening?
So we're at the edge of the chasm kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, looking over, you can see it's probably about a 35, 40-foot drop. There are some sharp rocks and stuff down at the bottom, and there is a pretty decent river snaking around this cavern. But it is about a 30 or 40-foot drop, and over off the far right-hand side, like I said, probably about 300 foot away, you can make out the falls coming over. Oh yeah, and there's this giant gnarly tree coming down in the middle with all these roots sprawled out. So there's like this crazy tree coming down, and there is some light penetrating from up above where the roots have broke through the ground.
And how sturdy does this bridge look?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
I mean, despite the sturdiness, I said that Lee was out meditating in the center of it.
Did
during
you?
the short rest. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a 4 for an investigation check. Starting it off good.
You think it's the sturdiest bridge you've ever seen in your life?
Holy shit, what is ropes made out of?
Steel.
Alright, so Lee, you find yourself sitting in the middle of the bridge. Thodak, you're walking up, trying to check out how sturdy it is, and he was meditating on the bridge.
So I just grab onto one of the ropes and I pull it really hard. Does the rope break or anything?
Why are you doing this? Why
I'm
are you
trying to test
break
the
the
string.
bridge?
You
I'm trying to
pull and
test the
tug.
string.
You pull and tug on the rope, and doesn't break, doesn't give way or anything like that. Seems to be sturdy enough.
All right, cool. I'll start walking across then.
All right, you're walking across. Hold on, let me find my place. All right, so Lee, you're on the bridge as well, correct?
Mm-hmm. And when Thodic reaches Lee, Lee will just stand up and walk with him
Okay,
if we're
so
crossing.
You guys are crossing across. So you're starting to push through this this dense mist. You can feel the mist just splatting on your face. You know, you're actually getting pretty soaked right now. It is very heavy mist coming up onto you guys. So you start dripping with some water and stuff like that, and you guys start making your way across.
Shortly after, can Amara follow, but at a pretty large distance away?
Okay, so you start to follow. Both Lee and Thodic, you start making your way. You get right to the end of the bridge. Looking back, you can't see either Max, Corbin, or Amara, but you guys do make it successfully across. So Amara, you start crossing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you make your way across. Doesn't seem to be any problem whatsoever.
I don't like that die roll.
I don't either.
So Amara, you're successfully across. Max, Corbin.
I'm gonna send Corbin ahead of me. No, I'm gonna go first.
All right, so Max, you go to start crossing the bridge. Max, as you start walking across this bridge, you get about halfway where you hear snap, and then there's just this big resounding snap, and bridge starts going, tipping to one side. Yeah, you get. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check as this bridge is starting to tilt to one side.
Poor Max.
17.
17. As one of the main rope breaks on the right hand side, it starts shifting, and you grab onto the left hand rope, and you're now dangling up about 45 foot midway across the bridge. There's nothing under you except rocks and water, but you are holding
shimmy.
on. You start shimming.
Shimmy.
Okay, so as you
Roll
start shimming, yeah, go ahead and roll me another athletics check to get across.
That was a 1.
Oh no.
Shit.
Max, you can't hold up your weight any longer. You're so exhausted from this battle, and you start to plummet down.
I'm a cast feather fall.
Is that a reaction?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and cast it then.
It's a good thing you have that, man.
Oh, you know
That's
what?
why I got it.
Max?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be a dick with it. We'll go for gameplay purposes, but I'm pretty sure that has some verbal component, and you can't speak anymore.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, I didn't
Alright.
consider that.
No, I'm not. No, I'm going to say the verbal as
That's
long as you
alright.
have it in your head. Well, otherwise you're not going to be able to cast any spells whatsoever.
That's
Because
true.
almost everything costs. So as long as you can say it in your head and you can concentrate on it in your head, it works for you.
All right. So yeah, Featherfall just descends my rate of falling.
Okay, and what is it? Is it 60 feet per round or something like
60
that?
feet per round until the spell ends, and if I land before the spell ends, I don't take any falling damage, and I land on my feet.
Okay. Yeah, so it's only a 30 to 40 foot drop, so 6 seconds, 60 feet, you're good. You start falling instinctively, you mutter the words in your head, no longer able to speak them. Use the hand component to the spell, and you start gracefully just floating down to the bottom of this cavern. You find yourself landing in water, which is actually running pretty strong. You do manage to grab onto a rock, but you're in a decent spot at the moment. You're not in too much danger.
How deep is the water?
The water, it's coming up to about chest high or so. Maybe a little bit less, maybe about stomach. But it is, like I said, it does have a pretty strong current coming from these falls as well. So it is you definitely need to hold on to something or you'll start floating away, but not too bad. So that leaves Corbin. Corbin steps up to the edge of the cavern and he says, "Well, I don't know how I'm going to make it across this. Anybody got any ideas?" And he's yelling over to the rest of the group.
How far across is this chasm?
It's probably about, well, we said Oh no, I didn't say. So probably about 45 foot. 45 foot
45
across the bridge.
feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have any rope? Like,
Yeah.
I believe all of you
With,
guys have
like-
like 50 foot of rope.
really?
Yeah.
What if we throw like all the rope, or like enough, where he can grab onto it and we can pull it?
I was actually kind of thinking that, like, I was tempted to have Lee just kind of like shimmy his way across with the rope tied around his waist, and then we could just
Rebuild
yeah.
the bridge.
more or
Or
less,
can-
yeah,
So you want to
Or can
fix the
Mac-
bridge with your rope.
kind of.
Okay. I'm going to say one rope's probably not strong enough, but if you guys take all of your rope, or at least 3 ropes that are 50 foot long, you could probably do it.
Or maybe Max could cast Featherfall on Corbin as well. Then we could just pull them both up with rope.
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna-
could do that.
That's
To
true.
them though.
Is that a cantrip or a spell slot, or what is it?
It's a spell slot.
You want to use 2 spells? You've already used 1.
I know.
Now, you did take a long rest. I don't know if you get any spells back for doing so.
Short
I thought
rest.
we took a short rest.
Yeah, excuse me, short rest.
Yeah, I don't get any spell slots back from short rests.
Hmm.
Mm.
What are you guys doing? How are you getting across?
Yeah. How do we want to like?
All
do
right,
it.
Corbin, jump
And
down
yeah.
here.
Yeah, like. Yeah.
So you want Corbin to jump down?
Yeah, just jump.
So he looks down towards you. It's like, well, I saved your life once. You think you can save mine if I start drowning?
Can you swim?
You can't talk.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! Right.
He looks down. He's like, oh, that's right. Yeah, the throats.
I'll just do that.
All right. So yeah, we have like we can't see Max.
No, you can't see Max and you can't see Corbin either. You just heard the rope snap and then you heard Max falling.
It's like, well, he's probably dead now.
Corbin see me?
Oh, that's right. No one can see you. You can't
Yeah, 'cause
speak
he's
either.
halfway through. Yeah.
Now Corbin can see you on the other side, but the rest of the party can't see you. So Corbin, I'll say Corbin relayed that Max was okay. He didn't die. And
Okay.
he's now down at the bottom. You being
Okay.
mute is horrible, Max. I hate you.
It's so good.
It is.
Can I attempt to move across the jump from rock to rock to get to the other side
The other side of what?
of the chasm where the rest of the party is?
Oh, okay, yeah. Just go ahead and make me an athletics check. It's nothing big. As long as you don't really crit fail, you should be fine.
I got a 5.
I set the DC at 5, so God.
Oh,
that's-
good.
Okay,
Got
so
there.
yeah, you man, you start flowing down the river, and you start getting a little, hesitated. You start breathing fast. Your heart starts pounding. You think you're about to get washed away, but then luckily you find one rock to grab around. Your hands start slipping off, but you manage to take hold to it, and now you are across the chasm. And Thaldek, Amara, and Lee, you can now see Max down at the bottom of this chasm. So Corbin's gonna yell out. He's like, "Well, here goes nothing." And he takes off running. You just hear him jump, and then swoosh, splash, and
Oh no.
Oh no!
oh shit!
Flip.
That's a natural 20.
Oh,
He's
Okay.
gonna take. Where's my pencil? Pencil. He is going to take 7 falling damage. Where's Corbin's
Oh,
health?
good.
Okay.
That's not
Like
much.
I was
I'm
thinking,
like,
was,
oh
that,
no, Corbin.
was that a natural 20 for Corbin or the river?
No, that was for fall damage. That was seeing whether or not he hit a rock. Okay, Corbin. Okay, so he took 7 damage. Okay. So Corbin falls down. He hit a rock. I'm bleeding a bit. I think I'm okay though.
Oh, good.
You're
I'm gonna
bad.
raise
You should
my
feel
hand
bad.
up.
Yeah. I'll start lowering my rope down and just help me pull him up.
Amara's just gonna nod and grab the other end of the rope and be like, "Okay, let's go."
All right,
I
so
just
you
grab Lee like around the waist and pull him too with
okay.
the rope.
So you throw the rope down, Max. So you just wrapping around you, grabbing onto it. What are you doing with the rope?
Yeah, I'm going to, as best as I can, like wrap it around me.
Okay, so you wrap it around, give it a little knot, tie it up, and you guys start pulling him up, or how's this working?
Yeah, just pull him
Yeah.
up.
Okay, so you guys start pulling him up. Everyone go ahead and roll me a strength check, just combined. We'll see what it comes out to combined.
Nat 20.
Jesus.
19.
21.
Okay, so it's like that's like 60. So yeah, you guys just start pulling up this rope, and Max, you just keep getting yanked up this the side of this rock, and honestly, not too long passes, maybe 10 or 15 seconds, and you're hoisted 45 foot up in the air, and you get pulled over the edge, and you are now up top the cliff face with the rest of your friends. Corbin starts to swim his way
elevator.
across. Hold on. Corbin's gonna swim. Yeah, 14. That's good enough. So he makes it across. Looking down, you can now see Corbin. He's kind of holding his side, and he's reaching up. The rope, please. I could use a little bit of help.
Yeah. Same thing.
Yep, throw him right
So you
down.
throw it down. Okay. He takes it. He wraps it around himself. Kind of gives it a good knot. All right. Bring me up. And you guys start pulling. Go ahead and roll me another strength check, all of you.
16.
17.
12.
14.
Yeah, easy enough. You guys, same with Max. You pull him up. It takes probably 10 or 15 seconds, and Corbin just starts crawling up onto there, and he just kind of lays on his back, just completely. Max, you and Corbin are just drenched, just completely soaked. Just got out of the river. He just lays back and kind of puts his head on the stone floor, gives out a big sigh. Well, that was an adventure. Onward, I guess.
Can Amara go up to the Corbin and say, "Did you get hurt in any way? I see you're bleeding."
Yes, a little bit of scratch on my arm. Nothing too bad.
All right. She's just gonna say, "If it gets any worse, please let me know, and I'll be of assistance."
I thank you for that. I definitely will. And you guys are good to go. So what are you doing from this point? You're now across the chasm. The mist is still very dense right here. It's very hard to see. So I mean, essentially 1 foot in front of the other is going to have to be very deliberate and precise to make sure you don't know where the edge is or if there's holes or cracks. So you guys are going to have to start trying to make your way across this cliff face without really being able to see too far in front of you as to where the ground stops and the chasm begins. So
What if I use my staff as like a kind of like a blind person's pole, you know?
okay, yeah,
Just like
definitely.
tap the ground in front.
Yeah, I
Make
like
sure
that.
we're not just
So
gonna
you start
fall
going
off
out.
the edge.
So do you want to? Is anybody else going with him? Or are you gonna let Lee take point in this?
I'll join him, just in case.
Okay. So you guys start moving up slowly. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, the both of you.
A total of 20.
14.
Yeah. So you guys, using this stick and both of you being really deliberate in where you're looking and all this kind of stuff. You definitely make your way a little bit further across, not really hitting too many things. There was one big fissure in the rock where you guys were walking towards, and then you noticed it. You went out to hit with the stick, and you didn't hit anything. So moving up, you noticed that was a pretty big gap, probably about 3.5 foot wide. So you maneuver your way around that as well, and you start making your way up. You can start seeing the waterfall a little bit easier now. The mist is starting to dull down a bit, and go ahead and roll me another perception check, the both of you. And I'm assuming Corbin, Thaldak, and Max, you guys are just staying a little bit further back.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, but still following.
Still following? How far back are you guys?
I'm gonna say about 10 feet behind them. For me.
Okay. Max, are you with Thaldak about 10 foot back?
Yeah.
All right, and Corbin, he's right next to you, Max. You've kind of become the one he's supposed to follow in his mind, so he's staying right with you as well. What
Max
was that
is the
perception
mama
check?
duckling.
Yeah, you're the mama duckling. Perception check from you guys?
7.
7? I got 7 too.
Well, you rolled a 7. Nice. So you start making your way up. not really seeing too much. You get about 60 to 70 foot up, and you can start seeing two masses. You can't ascertain whether or not they're humanoid, anything else. You can just see that there are two figures that's shrouded in this mist around you guys, and they're probably about 60 to 70 foot in front of you.
All right.
Amara's just gonna look at Lee and say, "Do you see those as well?"
I see them. It's like
believe
whisper
them.
back.
Yeah.
It's like two figures up ahead.
She's just gonna nod and say, "Yes, I
right.
can."
So
approach
both
if I-
Max and Thoughtek, you guys now have that information with Corbin as well. So you're now know that they're seeing two things up ahead, and you guys maybe get down a little bit, try to stay a little bit more stealthy. What were you gonna say, Mara?
Oh, I was just gonna say, can I please cast one of my divine sense to see if
Okay.
anything is radiating an evil?
Any evil?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any save or anything like that, or how does that work?
I can find
I
it,
think
but
it
I don't.
just happens.
Yeah. 'Cause it's
Just whether or not there's
one.
any evil around. And you guys are really close, so I'm not going to worry about any distance on the spell as well. So you don't gather anything particularly evil. Moral gray area, possibly, but nothing really evil. No, there's nothing too evil and directly in front of you. Now, further on, a little bit downward at an angle from you, you do sense a little stronger of an evil presence.
Okay. Can I look at Lee and just relay the information I just learned?
Right. Okay, yeah. So Lee, you got the information as well.
So you start talking about like evil and stuff, and he just kind of gives you a look, like, okay.
He's kind of like smiles.
Doesn't quite understand what morality has to do in this situation, but okay. And yeah, just make our way forward. I guess trying to be quiet.
Okay, so you're trying to stealth. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check. Amara, are you stealthing up as well, or are you staying where you're at? Because you got disadvantage.
Yeah, I think I'll stay behind for a moment. Yeah.
Okay. What about
I want
Thoughtek
to
and Max?
push forward with Lee.
Yeah, I'll keep going forward and I'll go stealth.
Okay, I need both of you guys to make me stealth checks as well then.
I like that.
20.
That is a 21 again.
15 for me.
15? Alright, so you all start making your way up fairly stealthy. Corbin, he's going to stand right next to you, Amara. He's going to stand back with you as he is wearing heavy plate armor as well. He doesn't want a chance anyone hearing him. So both you guys stay back, and then we have Thoughtek, Max, and Lee starting to push up. You make your way probably up about another 20, 25 foot, and you can see that there's the two images, or the two figures you were now seeing, are actually two halflings. The first one is slightly taller than the other and has a red bandana on his head. Seems to be missing his right eye. He has two daggers on his waist. The other shorter one has a short bow strapped to his back. It's slung over his chest and shoulder. A quiver with arrows sits in the back with the bow. Both of them seem to be chatting and drinking some ale. Neither at this point have noticed your presence.
We're messing with some bloods.
All right.
So, Lee, do you want to push forward any further?
I'm gonna get my
Yeah.
short bow out.
Okay. Are you just
And would you
readying yourself,
definitely-
Max?
I just want to, have my short bow out so I'm prepared.
Cool.
And would you say that they definitely look bandit-ish?
Yeah, they look bandit-ish, but I mean, they're halflings, so they don't look too intimidating.
Is there
I mean,
anything hanging above them?
above them, yeah, we'll say there's a stalactite, probably 50 foot above both of them.
How big is it?
Maybe, I don't know, in diameter, 10 inches? 10 inches across, not too huge. But I mean, it is solid rock, so.
Yeah. That's true.
All right, so Lee, you want to push up a little bit further?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me one more stealth check. And how far you want to move up? At this point, they're about 30 foot in front of you.
I mean, yeah, I'm just attempting to get as close to him as possible.
Okay. So you want to move?
And
Maybe,
I
what's the stealth check?
I got a total of 8, or no, sorry, 7.
7.
I'm real stealthy today.
Yeah, you're like the stealthiest guy there ever was. So as you start creaking up through this mist, both the halflings turn and look straight towards you with their eyes wide. They seem very surprised to see anyone else in this hideout that isn't part of their group. The taller one in the bandana yells out, "Hey, what business do you have here?"
Like Lee looks like sort of surprised and like stands up straight and he's like,
And at this point, they can only see you as well because you're the only one that's pushed past the dense mist. So
Yeah.
you guys, the rest of the group, you can hear him call out about this. However, you can't see Lee or the other halflings in the engagement. So what
While
are you
that's
saying?
going on,
What's up?
while that's going on, can I try to like flank around them without them seeing?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and
I
give
know.
me a stealth check.
May I try and go forward as well at this point?
Yep, give me a stealth check with disadvantage.
That's a 16 for me.
16. How far are you wanting to move up? And you're trying to go to their flank, correct?
Yes, correct.
7 as
I
well.
just want to try to get as close to their side and/or back as I can.
Okay. So you start making your way around Thaldak. You're start looping around where you can hear their voices calling from, and you still can't see them at this point, but you would estimate you're probably 25 to 30 foot away from them, and you are now a little bit further to the back left of where you can hear the voices coming from, where you guys currently were. So you know Lee is probably back and to your right, about 30 to 40 foot, and you can't see any of them. What was your roll, Amara?
7.
7. So you start clanking your way up. You make your way once again about 30 to 40 foot and just start piercing through the mist to see Lee standing there. And as you move on up, Lee, what were you going to say to these guys?
Lee was gonna say, the bridge is out.
The bridge is out. Yeah, but what are you doing here? Who are you?
I'm here to see the chief.
You here to see the chief, huh? Look, buddy. Okay. Yeah. Well, actually, go ahead and roll me a deception check, because I don't think this is gonna. Yeah.
This
Can
went
I
so
try to
well
sneak
last time.
forward?
Yeah. So go ahead and give me a stealth check, Max.
Oh shit! It's a
I
natural
got a
20.
9.
Natural 20.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, so Max starts clanking up, and Max, you now pierce through the mist as well, and then Lee, he thinks you're being very truthful with the bridge going out, and he says, yeah, well, okay, and then as he's saying this, he sees Max push in as well, so now these two halflings now see, they have this drow paladin, you got the half-elf half-elf bard, and yourself, dwarven monk, pushing up through this mist. And he looks up and he says, hey, guys, look, hey, we don't want no trouble, all right? You know, we just recently joined up with this group, and we don't really have any ties to them or anything like that, so I don't know about my friend here, but I really don't want to die today, so how about we just let you pass, and you can go talk to the chief about whatever you want, and we'll just make our way out of here, and you can just tell them you killed us or something like that, huh? And at this point, he's holding up his hands, and he's not looking too threatening, this little halfling guy.
With
Can
that-
I walk forward and point at my weapon, then point at them and do this?
What is that supposed to try to convey?
I'm trying to tell them to hand me their weapons.
Oh, okay.
I mean, regardless if they do that or not, Lee walks up to them and takes the weapons off them.
Okay.
He's like,
So as
they'll
you're-
leave you alive, but give me these.
As you're doing that, Maxie goes to pull his weapons out to you, and Lee, you just walk up and you just grab the weapons out of his hand. He's like, "Okay, pal, hey, it's yours. You know, you got it. You can go sell it. It's a good weapon, I promise. You go over there and just tell them that you killed us, and you'll never see from us again. I promise. We'll disappear forever. I mean, is that okay?"
With
So
that, I
there's a
walk up
way.
out of the mist.
And so as you walk up, he's like, "Holy shit! That's okay. Look, yeah, you guys got this. You know what? Here you go, big fella." And he pulls out and he gives you a sack of gold and he just puts it right in your hand. Thought you get 15 gold. And
Just
as both of them, they start backing their, like, kind of like skirting around you guys, like keeping
I'm
their
going to
faces towards
put
you.
my hand out and stop them.
Yeah.
So he kind of stops and he's like, okay, what do you want, pal? I'm sorry, no trouble.
I'm going to gesture for him to sit.
Yeah,
Back
yeah,
down
okay.
where he was sitting before.
Okay, whatever you want, pal. I'm sitting.
I'm gonna pull out my paper and write on it, how many are there? Are there any weak points? And show it to him.
Okay, so you take a few minutes or a few seconds, write this down, hand it to him, and he looks over and he says, he's like, yeah, it's only the boss and his right hand man. It's the last two people in there. You go around, you go down into that into the staircase. It spirals down. There's a big iron door. There's only one way in, only one way out. Boss and the right hand man's in there. That's it. I promise. I am not lying to you.
As he says boss, Amara just kind of perks up and says, do you know of his name?
I've only been here for about a week. Everyone just calls him boss. I don't know his name, but I'm gonna tell you, he's an angry one. He looks a little bit like this fella right here. And as he says that, he points over to Thodak.
So there's another way.
Nice.
So there's another way out of this cave system.
No. The only way out is across the bridge that apparently fell when you guys came in. This is the only way out, at least that I know of. I don't know. I mean, the water has to go somewhere. Maybe you could try swimming down the river. I don't know.
I mean, that's where they're gonna have to go.
Yeah, it's just like, very well.
Yeah, I'm going to get up from sitting down and kind of like bow to them and turn away.
Okay. He's like, he leans over towards his friend. He's like, that guy's weird. You don't say nothing. You don't talk or anything. Okay. He's like, look, pal, thanks for not giving us the business back there, okay? I promise you'll never see or hear from us again. Hell, I need to get out of this life anyway. Maybe I go open a tavern or something. Either way, good luck to you. You're gonna need it if you're gonna take on the boss, though. Try not to get cleaved in half, okay? I'm leaving. And he starts scurrying off, and his friend just kind of mutely just follows behind him, and they both start making their way back towards the broken bridge that you guys fell
Is that a mute joke?
It's not a All right, so you guys are left standing here. At this point, you guys are now right next to the falls. The falls are coming down. They're very strong here. A lot of wind coming out from the falls as well. The sound here is even more deafening than before as you're right next to the source of it. And looking a little bit further to the side of the cavern, you can see that there is a little archway, or not a little archway, but an archway. Seems to be very dark at this point, almost pitch black, and that's where you guys are left. So, only other way that you see is this black archway that's essentially bored out into the side of the cave wall, going spiraling downward.
All right.
Okay. Is it like really dark inside? Like
Very dark.
like no light.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, the only light source that was in this place was coming from just where the earth was cracked from the tree roots above. So as you actually go into the stone wall itself, it gets pitch black. There's no torches on the wall or anything, pitch black.
So we can't even see with our dark vision.
You can see with your dark vision, but I mean, it's still very hard. I mean, you can't see good with your dark vision, but you can make out stuff. You can make out steps.
I have superior dark vision, so could I actually take a peek inside?
Look at her, superior dark vision.
That's what happens when you've been living underground all your life.
Yeah, so looking inside, you see it just like it's pretty much normal light. All you can see is just a staircase spiraling down. There are torches and sconces on the wall, however, none of them seem to be lit. But all you can see at this point is a staircase spiraling down, probably about 10 foot in front of you as it starts to curve down towards the left.
Okay, you said there's torches on the side?
Yeah, there's torches, they're just not lit.
Okay, can I go ahead and kind of like wander down for a bit and grab one and take it back to the group?
Okay, so you come back up out of the darkness and you have a torch.
And then can I gesture to anyone? Does anybody have any source of like fire or any way we can make fire?
I'm pretty sure we all do with our explorer's kit or whatever.
Corbin
Yeah.
looks at you guys, he's like, I don't have anything but my warhammer.
Yeah, Lee will just like pull out a flint and steel and just light it real fast.
Okay, so you break it out real quick, and it lights up and starts smoldering and stuff like that. And obviously, there's some kind of resin or something on this torch. It lights very easily, and you got a torch, so you're good to go.
Alrighty.
Are we going to burn them out?
She immediately goes, no. We should definitely check first before we do anything too hasty. Perhaps there are people down there who need our assistance.
Makes sense.
Lee likes burning stuff.
He burned down the witch's house. He just loves burning shit.
Fire's fun, man.
All right,
A
so
little
you
bit of
guys going
pyro.
into this place?
Yeah.
All right, so who's pushing forward? Who's leading the pack?
I can go with the torch in my hand if you'd like.
I'll go next to her as well.
I'll go a little bit ahead of her and use my dark vision to scout further, and I'll stealth.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a stealth check. And Corbin's he's just bringing it up right behind with Lee coming up behind Amara and Thalak.
14.
14? Okay, yeah. I mean, you're stealthy. You're super stealth as far as you're concerned.
Corbin is a human, right?
Yeah, Corbin's human. So descending down this spiral staircase, it actually curves and bends downward for quite a while. Probably 15 to 20 seconds you guys walk. You get down towards the end. Max, you didn't find any traps along the way. And looking down at the end, you see that there are two big wooden doors. Both seem very well made and reinforced with iron bands and rivets. And it just dead ends right at these two doors.
Okay.
Do they have keyholes I can look through?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, cool. I'll look through the keyhole.
All right, so looking through the keyhole, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
12.
12. Looking through, I mean, you can see a few things. You can see that it is lit, so there is a fire going, what you would assume to be a fireplace. You can't see the source of the fire itself. Looking out, you can see a hard stone floor. You can see there's actually one column that's probably only about 10 or 15 foot right in front of the door, and it goes from the bottom of the ground all the way up, and it's just a central column. Looks to probably be a structure of some sort. You can see some light scattering off walls, but honestly, you can't really see too much else. This column, where it's placed, seems to be obscuring any kind of vision you would have of anything else in the room.
Alright. I'm gonna knock on the door.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, as we come up to the door, Lee just, like, gives Max a look, like, is it knocking time?
It's always knocking time.
Just gonna nod and be like,
We need a
"Careful."
t-shirt for you.
I'm gonna go like this so people will clear out from in front of the door in case they look in the keyholes back.
Okay. So you guys kind of push back up against the wall and being real stealthy. And Max, you go up and you give a loud knock on the door. Here.
And then I'm gonna jump back and get my bow ready.
All right, so you jump back, you pull the bow ready. Oh, who goes there? Well,
Delivery.
speak up.
Wine delivery.
Wine delivery. I didn't order no wine. Who's
It's
that?
free.
Free wine. What's your name?
My name is Bob.
Go ahead and roll me a deception check.
I
You better
like
roll
that.
high.
At every point, basically, we've tried to bullshit
Can I
them
like
at some
throw
point.
him a thumbs up on that and give him an inspiration die?
Fuck yeah. I love it. So you
Like-
see this thumbs up and you're like, wow, I'm doing really good, Thalak, and you get inspired by it.
Oh shit! I rolled the highest I could. Okay. That's a 21 with the
21?
inspiration.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You one of the new guys? You go get some
Yeah.
wine. I don't
Yeah,
know
boss.
about that. Hey, Salomo, go open that door and get that wine. And you hear footsteps start coming your guys' way.
All right, I'm ready to I'm just gonna whap this guy in the face with the
Yeah, the
prepare
second
my
the door
staff.
opens, I'm going to fire.
Real quick.
As
I'm
soon
gonna
as the door
fly.
opens, we're all
Yeah.
gonna just hit him.
Real quick. Hold on.
We get some combat music.
These poor guys.
What is perception check? Is that wisdom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you hear these footsteps get right to the end of the door, Max, you standing back with a bow drawn, you look down and you just notice an eyeball just right at that same keyhole, just looking through, and he looks
Can
He
I
looks
try
right
to
at
shoot
you.
the arrow into the keyhole?
right at you. Go ahead and make an attack on it then. It has to be a very. Actually, I'm gonna say -5 to the roll as well because that's a very precise shot.
All right. Well, I did not make it.
What was it?
I got a -1
-1.
with -5.
So as you go and you pull this back, the arrow itself, the shaft of the arrow just completely fractures and breaks off and tumbles to the ground. You hear, "There ain't no one that got shot an arrow at me." And you hear footsteps run away from the door.
It's
I just
just
want to say thanks for giving me the idea of them looking through the keyhole. That's awesome.
But I
Roll a
thought
perception
that I
check of
got
16.
out of the way of the keyhole as well. Like I knocked and jumped back with my bow.
You did, but he rolled a perception check of
Okay.
16. How far back did you jump? Assuming not too far back.
Yeah.
all right. So
Jig
it's
is
just
up.
like we're at an impasse though. They're the ones cornered in a cave.
That's true. You guys are there to get a sword. I mean, you can turn around and walk off and not get the sword. What are you doing?
I'm going to try to open the door.
All right. You go to open the door and doof, 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 locked.
Okay.
I'm
Alright,
going
I'm going
knock
to try-
again.
I'm going to try to boot the door.
Okay. Wow. Let's do it.
May I also boot the door as well, along with Thodax?
So- yeah.
Simultaneous booting.
This very slim drow elf comes right next to you, and she kind of gives you a head nod, and you both give a nice kick towards the door. Go ahead and both of you guys roll me strength checks.
Can I prepare a shot?
Yeah, you can prepare a shot. Lee, are you doing anything while
Alright.
they're doing this as well?
Nah, he's just watching.
That's a
18.
modified 20.
What are you, Amara?
Modified 18.
18. So as you both kick in unison, both the doors just slam open, and looking in, you don't really see anything initially. You see this giant column right in front of your face. You can't see too much. Looking around, hold on, I lost my spot. It's a fairly large room. Seems to be well lit, and as you all kind of funnel through, you can see that there is a fireplace on the side that is going really well with the wood inside of it. First thing you notice are these 3 large stone spires in the central of this chamber, kind of making a semi-triangle that seem to be holding up the roof. You can see that there's a few there's a table with gold scattered about on it, a few chests off in the corner. Also on the table, you see a very beautiful sword. It has blue gems embedded into it, into the hilt, and it's trimmed in gold. On the other side of the table, you see a fully fledged orc. He stands the better part of 7 foot tall and is completely ripped. Muscles flexing under the skin look as hard as rocks. The orc has dark skin with a long uncut black beard, wears a red bandana on his head with black stripes. Ears are pierced multiple times with gold bands that adorn his biceps. A great axe is in his hand and 2 daggers are on his belt. He yells out, "What? What are you waiting for? Let's go!"
I'm gonna shoot him.
You release the arrow that you had ready, Max. Go ahead and make that attack.
Amara's just going to say, "Pardon me,
Natural
intruder."
20.
Natural
Yeah.
20, nice. With this, we're gonna get us a map.
Ah, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
All right, now I know exactly where I need to push
It's
him.
a smaller map, but it'll work.
Been a minute since we got a map.
Yeah.
that's right. Where's my map screen?
Okay.
There she is. All right, so trying to get that out of the shadow there. And
So
you guys move on up. Amara, did I? Yeah, I did. I was about to say, did I make you one of these things? And I did. So
I got 13 for the damage.
13 on the damage, and that's with your crit.
Yeah.
So we have Cat that pushed through, and Thodak with Lee and Max pulling up the rear along with Corbin. Looking across me, you see the boss and his lackey standing off behind the table. So 13 damage onto that, correct, Max?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Where's my combats? There we go. So... I need a calculator. Where's my phone? And now, since we're no longer surprised, you can go ahead and all roll me initiative.
All right. Sick.
Well, I got a natural 20, so that's starting things off right. Combat.
I got the opposite.
Nice. Okay, give me 1 second.
Ooh. Natural 20.
Damn.
Oh my
Starting
god.
off with 3 crit successes, 1 crit fail.
Yeah, this is not looking
Wow.
good for me, man.
I mean, this is
I just
about
got a
normal
16.
for me in combat.
Damn it.
Mine is 19 modified though.
Hold on, I gotta get the music set up right here. And that goes there. Alright, sure. That works. Okay, cool. So, let me roll initiative for these guys. Bad. Oh, that's not the best. Okay, and for his buddy. Okay, so 25 to 20 on initiative rolls.
21.
I got 23.
23? Okay. So we will have Cat up first, and then Thodak, and then 20 to 25? Or 15 to 20, excuse me. Max, you're muted.
I got 19.
19?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to roll for Corbin. Jeez, so many people. Oh,
A lot of people in this fight.
Ready to duke.
Okay. So that is... Okay, and Lee, what was yours? Lee?
I got 3.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's nice. So we then have... Oh, there's so many people in combat right now? Jeez. Okay. So, as you guys step in, Kat, it's your turn up first, so you get to choose what you're doing. So at the moment, you are right here. You are this blue one, and you can start making your way across. Obviously, you got
Okay.
the boss over here and his little henchman guy right there.
Okay. Immediately, as soon as she sees like people behind the table, she's gonna have like her longsword out, and then immediately point it out
Right?
and say, "Not only have you taken me, but you've taken the wealth of others. For the greater good of this kingdom and for all, we are gonna have to take you down." And then she's gonna
As you say,
start running
he starts
forward.
laughing. I'd like to see you try drow. He spits on the ground.
Just cracks her knuckles. She's ready to go.
And so, are you charging in? What's your movement?
30.
So you would not be able to make it all the way up to him at this point. Do you have any range
Uh,
attacks?
No, but I can go ahead and run up pretty close, at least for now.
Okay, now, I mean, you can use all of your turn if you want to use the dash action to where you could double your movement speed. However, you couldn't do anything after that. Or you could move your full movement normally and then use a spell or something to buff you guys or anything you want. So how do you want to do that?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and run off to the side, sort of.
Okay, which way?
A little. From where I'm at, it would be towards like the left.
Okay.
Mhm.
This way?
Yes.
Okay. So you make it over to this
And-
other column?
Thank you. And I'm gonna go ahead and cast. Let me just pull it up just for reference. Aid, I believe, and it should buff us just a little bit.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Just let me know what it does. That's fine. Now, I might have took all of your spells down. I can't remember. Nope, I don't have your spells yet.
Oh yeah, that one is one of my prepared. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Please.
I'm looking it up as well.
I know, right? I'm like, ah.
All right, so it says, you bolster your allies with toughness and resolve. Choose up to 3 creatures within range. Target's hit point maximum and current hit points is increased by 5 for the duration. So you can put that on 3 people. Who do you want to put that on?
Can I put it on? Oh.
I'm gonna say you're not able at this time to see Dixon or Corbin. They are still back behind the door. You can see both Max and Thodak. So you can put it on yourself, Max, and Thodak if you want to.
Yes.
Okay. So all of you get an extra 5 hit points. So that's your maximum and current. And the duration, hold on, let me see.
8 hours.
8 hours, correct. Yep. All right. So
Sweet.
any bonus action, or is that your turn?
I'm gonna stop there.
All right, cool. So next up, we have Thodak. Thodak, you are right next to this pillar. You can see both of them. What are you doing?
All right, get me as close to them as I can get.
What's your movement?
30.
15, 20, 25. Right on the other side of the table, looking right at both this orc and this human man.
All right, maybe back one more square towards the entrance.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. And I am going to go ahead and throw a javelin right at the boss, at the big guy.
Throwing at the big guy? You haven't learned what adds first? How many times have you played WoW? That's fine. Go ahead and make the roll on the boss.
That is a 14 to hit.
14 to hit. 14 does not hit. You take the javelin and you throw it, and as it sails through, he just dodges out of the way, and it shatters against the wall and just breaks into wood and metal bits.
Ah,
No more javelin.
damn.
Rest in peace, Javelin.
We'll miss you.
Bonus action?
I'm gonna go ahead and rage.
Okay, so you pop into a rage. Just
My javelin.
Let's make that a frenzied rage.
all right, so you bust into a frenzied rage, just and just go in beast mode on these guys. So cool. That'll be the end of your turn. Next up, we have Max. You are muted. Scrub.
I'm always muted.
I know.
I'm going to use my circlet thing.
Oh, your
and
Scorching
cast
Ray.
Scorching Ray on him.
All right, so you make 3 attacks. How do you want to distribute each of those attacks?
I want to go all ham at him.
Okay, so those are 3 individual attacks. It does say on there what the modifier is. I believe it's +5. Not 100% sure, but you should have that information. I can look it up if you
Oh,
don't.
yeah. Just a sec. I do have it. Yeah, attack bonus of +5.
All right, so make me 3 attack rolls at the boss, +5 on all those.
Okay, got 2 7s. God, what is this? And an 11.
So 11 +5. Okay, so the first 2 rays just streak out. These just burning fiery rays streak out from the circlet on top of your head, and one shoots right past, and then the second one actually knocks this sword, the family sword, hits the table, and the table kind of shimmers or kind of fluctuates a little bit, and the sword itself falls off onto the ground. The third one, though, directly right into the face of this giant orc. Go ahead and roll damage on it.
9.
9 damage. Okay. So you throw 9 damage on him, and he's, ugh, filthy half-elf. You'll pay for that in blood. And any bonus action?
Stick my tongue out at him and do this.
All right. It's noted he gives a big, he's definitely not liking what you just did. He's not, you're showing so much disrespect right now, and he's just not liking it whatsoever.
So I'm just straight up picturing this guy as Garrosh. Is that about like what you're going for?
Yeah, pretty much. That's what I was thinking. Like, he's Garrosh. Just this giant orc, just, tusk just coming straight down and curling up and stuff. Like, he's just a bad looking dude, man. So with that, that's your bonus action. We are now to the boss's turn. Let's see. The boss is going to jump up onto the table and try to go over it. Oh, yeah. He jumps over the table and he rushes up. So that was 15, rushes up right to you, Thaldak. And he's going to go ahead and make an attack against you with his great axe. Jesus Christ. 22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
Okay.
Can't confirm.
22 hits, and that is, what is that? Are you that one? No, that's not you. This is you. You take, fuck me. Wow. You take 10 damage.
Okay.
On the first one. He's swinging again. That's going to be a 9 to hit.
Does not.
Does not. And he's actually, so he takes 2 swipes at you with his great axe. The first one connecting right in your torso. He pulls it out and switches over and brings it sideways. You step back just inches and it just skates right across, doesn't touch you. And as you jump back, he reaches down, lets one hand grip off the war axe and grabs a dagger from his side, and he's coming at you again with a third attack. That is going to be a 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
And as he pulls that dagger from his side, he jams at you as one more time. And once again, you dodge out of the way, and he just hits nothing. But that first one definitely did some damage. And he looks right at you and he says, "Filthy half-blood," and spits in your face.
Damn. I of course wipe it out of my.
Yeah.
What a mean dude.
He's a mean guy, man. Hold on 1 second. Oh, stop it. Music's a little loud. Okay, so that is going to be. Does he have any bonus action? Oh no, I guess that is his action. Oh, excuse me. The first one. How much damage does that do to you?
10.
10. Add another 3 to that, so 13 total.
Okay, so
You are raging, so half. So
that'll be 6 damage.
6 damage.
Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's going to be his turn. Next up, we're going to have his lackey, who's going to run up and also take an attack against you.
Is his lackey also an orc?
No, he's a human.
Oh, okay.
That's going to be a 17 to hit.
Hits.
And what do you do? That is going to be 4 damage to you, half to 2. And that is going to be his turn. With that, we are now up to Corbin. Excuse me. That's right, because Lee, you roll a 3.
Yep.
So Corbin's going to. Let's see. He's going to. Where is he? Oh, he's not going to be able to get anywhere. So he's 5. He's going to start trying to make his way around the backside to possibly flank that the lackey as well. And so he's now hidden out of the way. And so these black circles, these are the columns. So obviously it's 2D. Just imagine those going straight up. So line of sight would be around those. So he's now out of line of sight of both of them, trying to flank around, getting behind them. Actually, he's going to use the dash action because he can't do anything else. And he's going to make his way all the way around and flank this lackey right next to you. With that, we are now out to Lee. Lee, you find yourself in the very back. Max, did you... Oh, you just used your Scorching Ray spell, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll just say you're right there. That's fine. Lee, you find yourself in the back. What are you doing?
All right. I'm gonna try and position myself kind of between Cat and the boss. I have 35 movement.
35? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Hey, look at that.
All right.
You're right up there.
And I'm in range to hit him, actually.
Yeah, you actually are. Correct.
All right. So, let's first off try to give him a good running whap with my stick.
Go ahead and roll it.
We all know how well this goes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
my stick for show.
is stick of doom.
We're looking at 15.
15 just barely hits. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Sweet. Oop. If that could stay on the table, please. There we go. 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay.
Bringing the heat.
Yeah.
Super heat.
Yeah.
All right, bonus action.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just straight out use this flurry of blows on him.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
So use one of my key points.
Flurry them blows.
First is not gonna hit. That's a 9.
Okay.
Second is another, 8 on this one.
Okay. That doesn't hit either.
Nope. All right. So yeah, I just run up, hit him with the stick, and try to hit him twice more, and just like, nope.
All right, so
Why
you,
can't
I don't know, man. As you run up,
do combat.
as you run up, you take your staff and you come straight over the top and smack this guy right on top of his head. And he just, and obviously didn't do too much damage to him. As he now is alerted to your presence, you take 2 quick swings at him, and he just dodges both. This guy is very muscular, very athletic, and very fast. Dodges out of the way of both of those, and that's going to be that. So with that, we are now to the top of the round with Kat. Kat, you are right here once again. You have direct line of sight to the boss, and you have a couple of your comrades around you. So what are you doing?
Awesome. Can I move a little bit to the side of it again? So to the left?
To the left, directly next to you, right here, it's hard to see because there's a shadow, but that is a column. So you're right next to a column right now, so you'd have to move around it, but you can still do it if you want.
Oh, okay. Yes, please. Can I please move a little bit around?
Wait,
And
so here's a
almost-
fireplace? You want to stand up over this way?
Yes.
Okay. So you move yourself on around.
And could I take one more step upwards
Okay, yep.
towards him? Thank
Go for
you.
it. No problem.
Alrighty. And I would like to attempt to throw my longsword.
Okay. You're going to throw it.
What?
No, not like actually swing. 13.
So you're throwing your longsword.
No, just swinging. Just swinging.
Oh, you're not able to hit him from there.
Oh,
You'd have to move up to. This is the combat right here. You'd have to move up. Which
oh.
5, 10. Yeah, you would have enough movement to if you want to scoot up to him.
Yes, please.
All right, so you move up, and you go ahead and actually roll that attack with advantage because you are flanking him.
Alright. 19.
19 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Alrighty. 3. That would be 9.
9 damage. Nice. So that's gonna be. All right. So you deal 9 damage to him, and you just take your long sword and you just slash right across his back, and he lets out a ugh and looks back towards you. And any bonus action?
I'm gonna go ahead and do a searing smite.
Okay. Can that be used as a bonus action?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it up. Is there any save or anything, or is it just an attack?
Let me see. I believe there is a save.
I'm looking
So,
it up now too.
yeah. Constitution
was-
saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. What does he have to beat?
I believe it is 12.
12. He actually just meets 12.
Nice. Okay.
Any half damage or anything, or just nullifies?
No. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that will be your bonus action, and with that, we are now to Thar'dia. Thar'dia, what are you doing?
All right. I'm thoroughly pissed off. This guy spit on me.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and take 2 great axe swings right at his face hole.
You have advantage on these because you are flanking with Cat.
Cool. So no need to reckless attack.
Nope.
That is a 23 to hit.
23 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That is 10 damage on the first one.
10 damage. Okay.
That's a natural 20 on the second one.
Roll the damage.
Let me rephrase it. That was a crit bell, then a natural 20 on the second one.
You honestly stop with your natural 20s. That's ridiculous. You nat 20 every fucking game.
Hey man, I'm just lending him all my nat 20s.
Yeah. It balances out.
It does kind of balance out, I'll give you that.
Oh, fuck yes. Max damage.
How? How do you keep doing this?
Oh my god.
Once again, let me make sure everyone knows, don't lie about your rolls. Or I'm gonna beat your asses. Okay, I believe you. I'm just calling it out because you nat 20 and max damage every time.
Not every time. I've only maxed
Every
damage.
time. No, you've maxed damage multiple times.
No, I've only maxed damage.
You've maxed damage multiple times. We can go back and watch the bots. Either way.
Okay.
I believe you. I trust you. Go ahead and roll it. Or
All right,
tell me what it is.
It's
It's
so it's double dice.
29. Double, yeah, you
Right.
just double your dice.
Mhm.
You don't have your extra dice. Or no, you do because you crit. So roll 2d12s.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that, yeah.
I forgot about that. Just more damage. Alright. 2d12s, double that, add modifiers. Rage damage on top of your attack damage.
That's 46 damage.
Jeez. God. That's ridiculous, man.
Holy.
All right.
Okay. I gotta start buffing the health of these damn
He's
guys,
dead?
man. No, he's not dead. I do have to start buffing health. I
Start
got,
buffing
like,
the health, and the rest of us die. Well,
I know. I'm like, okay. Well, there's
Sit there
5
swinging
people.
away.
This should be enough health until 46 comes out. Jesus. Okay, so good to know. And then, oh yeah, that was your second attack. So the first attack, you come in and you cleave with that, and as you pull the great axe out of him, he lets out a pretty big yell, and then you say, "I'll show you a half elf." Spit back in his face and come deep in with the undercut. Catches it right in the abdominal, sinks in 3 to 4 inches. Blood just starts spilling out, and he grabs it and looks at you and just growls and just pulls the axe out and throws it off back towards you. And bonus action?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. So with that, we are now to Max's turn. Max, you are standing back here.
I'm going to use a second level spell slot to cast Sleep. And I have to roll d8s for it, so just a sec. I roll 7 d8s.
And if it goes over the health, and who are you casting this on? Are you doing it on the boss or is lacking?
It is an AoE, so it affects however many hit points of people. So, like...
Yep, I got you. Take their health points, put it all together. If you roll higher than that, you can put them to sleep.
Yep.
But you can choose who, like, say their health
It
points
starts
total
with the
to...
person with the most health, and then it goes down from there.
No, it goes with
It
the
goes to lowest health first.
But those goes those.
Yeah, because otherwise, then a boss, you would never use it on a boss fight.
Fair enough.
So you essentially have to beat the lowest health guy here. So go ahead and roll that 77 and tell me what it is.
Just a sec.
I'll tell you right now, it's gonna have to be a high roll.
38.
Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. You are 2 hit points off.
Damn.
He has 40 hit points and you rolled 38. So yeah, it doesn't take effect. You almost put him to sleep. I was not expecting you to roll nearly that high.
Darn.
If anyone
All right.
would have actually attacked the lackey and he'd been down 5 hit points, you'd have put him to sleep. But everyone focuses the boss.
Or I could have just killed him. My last hit.
I'm gonna
Yeah, you
move
definitely would've.
along the side of the cavern.
Okay, how far do you want to go?
I want to move along the bottom as far as I can.
Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. What's your move speed? 30?
30.
So you move down over here.
Yeah. And that's it.
No bonus action?
Nope.
Okay. And as you guys are battling this boss, you hear loud footfalls coming up from behind. Max, glancing over your shoulder just past the what is this? The column here. You see 2 halfling men running into the room.
Fucking knew it. They ain't got no weapons though.
Nope. And as they run in and says, "Hey boss, we're here! We're here! We're gonna get them!" And they start making their way into the room. But that is as far as they can get. No one rolled an insight check. Roll an insight check and you could have figured out they were lying. Why didn't you roll the insight?
I was straight up expecting this.
Why didn't you roll the insight then?
No, Lee wants to kill them.
You could have just killed him right there before the boss. Now you had to fight him with the
I want to
boss.
seem like a bad guy.
Well, if you would have figured out they were lying, you wouldn't be bad. You would know they were loyal to him. Either way, they're now in the room. They will come into combat next round. And with that, we are going to go to the boss's turn. The boss is going to... He's going to bull rush you, Thodak. And it's going to be a strength v strength roll. Go ahead and roll it for me.
Saving throw or what?
No, just whatever your strength is. Your strength modifier.
Okay.
Strength v strength.
That is a 19 for me.
22.
Rolled 16.
So as he bull rushes you, he's going to push you back 20 feet. And we get attack of opportunities from Dixon and Cat. Excuse me, Lee and Cat. And so, what are they?
15.
9.
15 hits, 9 does not. And it's just weapon damage, no modifiers. Whatever your weapon dice is.
All right. 6.
Ooh, nice roll.
Max damage.
So 6. What is that? Okay. There we go. So 6. Okay. So as he pushes you back, Thodak, now I need you to roll me a strength saving throw to see whether or not you get knocked prone.
That is another 19, actually.
You do not get knocked prone. As he forces you back, you kind of put your heels into the ground. He is much bigger than you, but you're showing him that you're a little bit stronger than he might anticipated. The look on his face says it all. He thought you were going to be easy to push over. He now sees you more as a formidable foe than he once did.
I don't think that's a good thing.
He pushes you back, and there you go. So that is... Oh, no, excuse me. Well, actually, I'll say that's his action. I mean, he gets multi-attack as his action, which is he can make 3 weapon attacks. He's going to pull a dagger, and he's going to try to hit you with that as well. Not the great axe, just the dagger. That is going to be a 13 to hit.
Just meets.
Just meets? Cool. So he's going to roll... What's that? Oh no, it's even lower. Hey, good for you. It's going to be 5 piercing damage to you, halved. So 2 piercing damage. And that'll be his turn. With that, we are now to the lackey. He's going to see Corbin run up behind him, and he's going to make an attack roll against Corbin. That is going to be a 15 to hit. Where the hell's Corbin's stats? Yep. That hits. So he's going to roll. Oh, no, wait, hold on. I'm stupid. What am I doing? I rolled another d20 and got a crit fail. I'm rolling damage. That's not that much. He's going to do 3 damage to Corbin. So Corbin is now... Where's Corbin's health? Okay. So Corbin's down 3 damage, and that's going to be all for him. Next up, we have Corbin's attack. So Corbin's going to return the favor and go in right with the Great Hammer once again on this guy. And that's going to be... Yeah, it's a 16 to hit. That'll hit. Corbin's going to do a d10, if I'm not mistaken. Where's my d10? Who stole my d10? There it is. He's going to do 5 plus 2. He's going to do 7 damage to this guy. This guy right here. So he will now be down to... Okay. So that will... Oh no, Corbin gets a second attack, excuse me. That's right. That hits as well. He's going to roll it again. That's going to be... Oh, shit. It's going to be another 9 damage. 23. Okay, cool. So that'll be Corbin's turn, and with that, we are now to Lee.
All right.
So you're standing in the middle of the room, not next to anybody to hit at the moment. Looking over your shoulder, you do see the halflings run in as well. So now you have 4 targets to pick from.
All right. So I'm gonna line myself up so that I am standing in front of the halflings,
Okay.
so that one of them is directly behind the other. So like in that corner.
Okay, I got you.
That's yeah.
So you move over melee combat and stay right there. Is that what you
Well, I
want?
wanted to engage the halflings.
You want to actually go all the way up. I thought you wanted to be in line with them. So, in line
Yeah.
with them like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And I'm going to hit that first one with my staff.
Go ahead and roll it.
That's going to be 22.
22 hits. Roll damage.
And he's going to be taking 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. Bonus action?
Yeah, I'm gonna just do a normal unarmed attack against him.
Alright.
That's gonna be 8.
8 does not hit, unfortunately.
Alright.
Alright,
As
so,
I run up and hit him, I just like shout out, "You should have stayed put."
as you see you running up, he kind of, and you bring the staff over the head and just smack him right down on the head, dealing a pretty substantial amount of damage to this little guy. And he is, as you are a dwarf, you are a little bit taller than he is, so it's kind of the battle of the small people right now. And you just bring the staff straight down on top of his head, and he just, oh, that's gonna leave a bruise in the morning. And that'll be it for your bonus action. So with that, we are now to the top of the round once more with Kat. Kat, you find yourself standing here, nobody to hit. What are you doing? So you do have, this is the lackey right here, standing next to you. You got the 2 halflings over here, and then you have the boss right next here to Thaldak.
Okay. I would like to go ahead and approach the right-hand man, please.
Okay, so you move on up. You're now flanking with Corbin.
Alrighty. I would like to swing my longsword.
Okay, go ahead and roll it. With advantage, because you are flanking.
Natural 20.
Ooh, go ahead and roll the damage.
The other one
So-
was a 3.
Yeah. You know how the crits work? Double dice damage, add mods?
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Just whatever you roll on the dice, double that, and then add your modifiers to it.
okay, so I rolled 9. Do I roll again?
No, it'll just be
Okay.
18. So that's 18 and now plus mods.
Okay.
So what are your mods for that?
4 and 2. So we have
No, just
Yeah,
your
like-
just your strength. Just your
Oh,
strength
yeah.
modifier.
2.
2. So that's 18 plus 2, so that's 20 damage. Jesus. So you take this guy right here, and you come in with a long sword, just and just bring the long sword around and cleave 20 damage into that guy. As you do so, he just crumples to the floor. You bring this great sword right in his back as he was facing Corbin to attack with him, and this guy is looking horrible. Blood is just spewing from his back, and he lets out a ah! And he is on death's door, not looking good whatsoever. Any bonus action?
No, I'm good. I'm going to pass.
Okay. So, oof, that was a lot of damage. Next up, we have Thaldak. Thaldak, you just got pushed back by this orc, and what are you doing now?
So I'm pretty close to a wall, right?
You have about 10 foot back behind you, and then there's a wall.
Okay. So there's a little bit of a gap, though, right?
A little bit.
Yeah. All right, then I guess I'm just going to go ahead and swing my great axe at him again.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it. Reckless?
No,
You sure?
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Okay. All right, man. Whatever.
That is a 16 to hit.
16 hits. Roll damage.
Cool.
Don't forget rage. All that good stuff.
That is 12 damage.
Jesus. Even when you don't crit, you hit hard. Alright, so that brings him down to that. Cool. So, 12 damage
Oh,
in the
and
bonus section.
I get another attack as well.
Yep. Go ahead and roll it.
9.
And that comes with reckless or frenzied rage, right? Your extra
yes,
attack.
correct.
Cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What is it?
14 total.
14 unfortunately misses. So as you come in with this great axe, you sink it into the clavicle and it digs in a couple inches. Pull it out and you swing underhanded, coming up towards the chin with like an uppercut with the great axe, and he just narrowly flips his head right out of the way, and it just barely glances off, shaves a little bit of his beard as it floods through, and as he looks back towards you, there's a split in his beard, and he looks down. Oh, we're gonna see about that, and he's gonna come at you.
Get that weak shit out of here.
This is no longer a physical fight. It is now
Yeah,
just gonna
he's just gonna
shave
try to
each other's
shave your
beard.
beard off.
No.
A real battle.
No.
Hope he doesn't swing for the beard. So with that's Sonic's turn. We are now to Max. Max, what are you doing? You are back here. I would say you would have line of sight on the back halfling, however, not the front. You would have to move around the pillar if you wanted to attack the front. Or
Okay,
the
dude.
boss, you're good.
Are the boss and the halflings all within like a 20 foot radius?
The boss and the first halfling are. The second halfling is just out of a 20-foot radius. Well, actually, it depends on where you. How is it distributed? Is it 20 foot to either side? And you could drop it in the middle, like right where Lee is? Because if so, you could get all.
Let me.
Or do you have to put it on a target itself? Because if you can place it in the middle, you can hit
Oh,
everybody.
creatures within 20 feet of a point you choose within range.
Cool. So you could put it right there next to Dixon. However, he would be in range as well. He is a creature.
Yeah, I'm casting sleep again.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll it. What's your health at, Lee?
Can I use my bonus action to throw a dagger at the guy first, and then use my action otherwise?
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
All right.
So you're throwing it at the boss, correct?
Yeah, it was not anything. It was 7.
Yeah, that is not it. So
All right, I'm
you
over.
throw a dagger and it just ding, 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 clings off over to the floor, over into this area over here.
All right. So the sleep is.
Lee, what's your health?
28.
Okay.
Good night.
You choose
Yeah,
who
right?
you want to put the sleep on.
I
That's
got
what the spell says.
27.
Do you choose who?
Ooh.
I don't think so. I think if it adds up, it takes the lowest health creature and then goes from there. If it puts that creature to sleep and has extra to go above, then the next creature could go to sleep, and then the next one, as long as he has more. But he rolled a 27, luckily. So Lee, you're not asleep. Well, actually, hold on. Let me see. Lee, you did. No, hold on. Lee, you did 5 damage to the first halfling, which brought him
Yeah.
down to 25 health. And guess what? He is now asleep.
I'm
So-
gonna take cover behind that thing.
Okay.
Also.
The pillar.
This right here?
Yeah, take cover so neither of the halflings can see me.
Okay, that'd be right here. All right, so Lee, as you whap him on the head, and he's like, "Oh, it's gonna hurt in the morning," you just see me just, and just falls straight down. And you think you put him out, man.
All right, that works for me.
So one halfling is now sleeping right next to your feet, completely unconscious. And is there any save for that, Max? Like every turn or anything like that?
It says that it lasts for 1 minute unless someone intentionally wakes them up. If he takes damage or gets slapped awake,
Right.
then.
But he doesn't get to save every time it comes to
But
his
they
turn?
have to. No, someone has to physically take an action to wake him up.
All right, so he's out. Cool.
That's an awesome spell.
That's an awesome spell when it works, yeah. So, Max, any bonus action?
No, my dagger was the bonus action,
All right.
so I'm done.
I kind of want to be a dick, but I'm not going to. Okay, that's fine. It's now the halfling's turn. I was thinking about having the halfling that's awake slap the other one and wake him up, but he's going to assume that he got knocked unconscious by seeing Lee coming down with his staff, and so he's not even gonna, he's going to think he's unconscious, so he's going to look back and see it. Well, no, actually, because you're hidden behind the pillar, he wouldn't be able to see you there. So he's just going to run up and he's going to make an attack against Lee.
Go for it, man.
Let's see. He's going to roll. 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right, and
So I
that
take 1
is-
damage.
What?
I take 1 damage.
What's that?
Unless he has a weapon.
Oh, he doesn't
'Cause
have a
unarmed
weapon.
attacks. Yeah, unarmed
Yeah,
attacks
it's-
just do 1 damage.
No, it's 1d4.
It's only 1d4 if you're a monk.
I thought it was 1d4 for everybody.
No.
No,
Okay.
not in 5e.
Yeah,
Alright,
not in
yeah.
5e.
So then you take 1 damage, sir. I forgot they didn't have weapons, so fuck you.
That's why I took away from him.
So yeah, there you go. 1 damage, and that's the halfling's turn. So now we are up to the boss's turn.
He just comes up to me and hits Lee, and Lee just like shoots him a look like, why?
So he just smashes you in the face and just doesn't do any kind of damage. The boss is gonna move up, still staying in melee range with thar'dia, and he's gonna make an attack against you, Lee.
Yeah.
And he is now flanking with his halfling, so he's gonna have advantage on this.
Yep.
Oh wait, honey, he has advantage. Yeah. You rolled a 2 originally. That's gonna
Oh,
be a
shit.
17 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. And he actually has another attack, so I'm just going to go ahead and roll that now. That's going to be 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. And then he's going to have a dagger attack,
Oh,
which is going to be 18 to hit.
Yep.
Okay.
Damn. All right.
So, first great axe attack is going to be 6 damage.
Okay.
So that's first great axe. Second great axe is going to be 8 damage. And then dagger. What the hell's a dagger? D. Oh no, D4. Where's my D4? Dagger is going to. Oh, that's going to be 2 damage.
Okay.
Uh,
Alright.
So yeah, he pumps that into you, and that will be his turn. Next up, we have the right hand man right up here. He's bleeding out, man. He's gonna use his full action to disengage. He's gonna move all the way back. No opportunity of attacks because he did use disengage, and so that's gonna be his turn. With that, we are now to Corbin's turn. Corbin's going to. Oh, hold on. Let's see what's Corbin at. Corbin's gonna run over. Right next. The guy tried to run away, and Corbin's just gonna chase him down with his warhammer. And
You don't get to run, bitch.
yeah, and then Corbin's gonna go ahead and make an attack against him. Actually, that does not hit. That was a 9. But he gets a second attack. And he rolled a 2. So neither one of them hits. So as these guys running, he's just dodging left and right as his warhammer's just coming down and just slamming into the stone floor as Corbin's just chasing this guy. He's on death's door, man. It's not looking good for him, and Corbin's beating right down on him with his great hammer. But that's going to be Corbin's turn. And with that last, we are now up to Lee. Lee, you are flanked, and you're in the middle
fucking
between the
so-
boss, a sleeping halfling, and a halfling that's in your face.
Alright. I do not appreciate this boss. And,
It's noted. He takes note of that.
yeah. I'm gonna just whip around and try and hit him with the stick, as always.
Go ahead and make the attack.
We're looking at 21.
21. Oh, yeah, that hits. What am I doing? Roll the damage.
And that's going to be 8 damage on him.
Nice.
And then I'm
Oh.
gonna try and use Flurry of Blows on him as well.
Okay. So go ahead and roll that.
First one is going to be 18.
Hits.
Second one is going to be 21 at low.
Hits. Hey, a full round where you hit everything. I love it.
For
love
once,
it,
I
man.
actually am doing damage.
Yeah.
We are looking at 5 and 4 damage.
So 9 damage total.
Yes. And I
Alright.
want him to do. Let's see. Yeah, I want him to try a dex saving throw.
All right. So as you go to make these attacks, you get hit very hard from behind as you were focusing on the halfling in front of you. And as you get hit hard, you get 2 great axe swings right into the back, and then you feel a dagger just jab right into your abdomen. Instinctively, you shoo the dagger away, you spin around and just swing up with the staff, just connecting, cracking right across the face of this giant orc. With that, you drop the staff and boom, boom, 2 punches in his face. Use your foot to kick the staff up and catch it in midair, one hand, ready to go for the next thing. And he's gonna make a dex save, you said?
Mm-hmm.
He's not very dexterous.
Yeah, if he fails that, then he falls prone.
He rolled an 8.
All right. Yeah, the save is against 11, so.
So he's gonna fall prone. So he is now considered prone. Cool, that's advantage on any melee attacks against him. Awesome. And that was your bonus action. So with that, we are now to the top of the round. Cat, you find yourself in the middle of the room. You just saw Lee come in and just completely demolish the boss that gave a huge blow to him last couple of seconds. And the boss just slips and falls directly down, and he's now sitting on the ground.
Okay. Wait, Lee, how are you doing on health-wise right now?
I have 11 health. I am very hurt.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and run over to Lee and do lay on hands.
Okay, and is that where you have to touch him?
Yeah.
What's your movement? Oh, you can make it.
30.
Yeah. Okay, so you move right up next to him, and what's that spell do?
Doo-doo-doo. It's where I touch him and I bring back at least some of his health from a healing pool. So I'll pull up the actual.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll do. Let's do 4. 8.
8 healing? Cool.
All
So
right.
Lee, you heal up 8 points. Is that an action or is that a bonus action?
That is an action, I believe.
Is it? Okay, cool. So any bonus action to go with that?
I'm gonna go ahead and just pat Lee on the head and say, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, like you do the lay on hands and he like shies away a little bit, but it heals him so he like doesn't as much as normal.
So he's liking that touch. He doesn't normally like people touching him, but he'll let you do that.
Please excuse me.
Okay, so Lee, you heal up 8 points, and now we are to Thar'dia. Thar'dia, you just saw Lee put this giant orc onto the ground. What are you doing?
So Lee is between me and the other halfling.
Correct.
Okay, so I couldn't get to the conscious one if I wanted.
You could run around the unconscious one and get onto the conscious one if you wanted to.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay.
The big guy is down right in front of you. And Ben's muted.
So you move across to the other halfling. You are now flanking that halfling with Cat. You would get advantage on this roll.
Okay. And let's go ahead and attack him with the
All right.
great axe.
Let's go ahead and make that attack.
That is a 14 to hit.
14 just hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Oh, well, fuck. That's 10 damage.
Ooh, nice. All right, so 10 damage into that. Any bonus action?
No, that'll be all. Well,
All right.
actually, can I make a ranged attack as a bonus action?
I would assume so. I'm assuming it's just one extra attack. It might say melee attack, though. I don't know. Check your frenzied rage.
No, it just says attack on here.
Hold on, let me look it up. Please hold for professionalism while we pull out the book for the first time.
Rules checking? Oh no.
Yeah,
Since when do we do that?
I know, right? Frenzied rage.
While you're looking that up, I'm gonna grab another drink. BRB.
Yep. Duration of a rage, you can make a single melee weapon attack. No rage.
Okay, good to know.
Yep.
Alright, then I guess I'll take my second melee attack.
All right, so going against the halfling again. Go ahead and roll it.
9, that is a 13 hit.
13, unfortunately, does not hit. So as you bring this this great axe down, you slam it into this halfling, cleaves right into his side, and you pull it out, and blood starts spewing out. Quite a bit of damage for this little guy. You come over for the second one, and he just instinctively jumps out of the way, and you swing and grab nothing but air. But the first attack dealt a substantial amount to him. So that's going to be your bonus action. So with that, we are now to Max. Max, what are you doing, bud? Currently, you do not have visibility on anybody.
Yeah.
You're hugging the shit out of that pillar.
Can Can I put my hood on for my cloak to gain some kind of concealment to get advantage on shooting an arrow?
You would make a stealth check.
Yeah.
So you throw the hood up. That actually, hold on. Throwing the hood up is an action, if I do
It's
recall.
An action to throw the hood up?
Look it up on your sheet, but I'm pretty sure it says it's an action to put the hood up or down.
That's the one that I did not save.
Hold on, I got it right
Bonus
here. Pretty soon. Where was it? Boom, boom, boom. It's gotta be said. This music's awesome. Cloak of Elven Kind, dexterity check, blah, blah, blah. Pulling the hood up or down requires an action. And I'll go ahead and link that for you in Skype, so you do have it.
Alright.
So
I'll just do a normal stealth check then without the cloak.
Okay, so go ahead and roll stealth.
11.
11, okay, and no, they're not actively looking for you, so it'd be passive perception on all of them. Okay. So, as far as you know, you're stealthed. And what do you want to do?
I'm gonna poke out and shoot at the still standing halfling.
Okay, so you move around this corner, and you go ahead and take a shot. You do not have advantage because he did see you come out from behind the pillar.
Alright. 11.
11, unfortunately, does not hit. You let an arrow fly.
Shittiest rolls.
You let an arrow fly, and it zooms right over his head and just crashes into this wall over here and just scatters on the wall and falls down onto the ground. Was that bonus action?
That's my whole turn. I'm done.
That's your whole turn? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So with that, we are now to the boss's turn. He's going to use... we are to the halfling's turn. My bad. So the only half... Jeez, he's surrounded, man. He's going to make an attack against Cat. As you did deal a lot of damage to the guy before that. So he's going to make an attack against you. That is going to be a 18 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. Jesus. Freaking paladins, man. Yeah, he doesn't have a bonus action. Yeah, it's gonna be it. So that's his turn. The boss. We're now to the boss's turn. He's gonna use half his movement to stand up, and
Do I get an opportunity attack from that?
no, he just stood up. However, he is gonna move away, and you will get an opportunity of attack for that. Cat, we'll say you were just out of range, and he's gonna move back to the bottom wall or to the top wall. Excuse me. What was it?
12.
12, unfortunately, does not hit. So as the boss jumps up and moves away, he's going to look at you as you try to swipe at him as he ran back. He's going to turn around and grab both daggers off his belt. He's going to make 2 ranged attacks at you with the daggers.
All right.
It's a cocked die. Oh, no. Okay. So that is going to... Where is his shit? I got so many stats right here. That's going to be a 10 to hit.
No.
Okay, the second dagger is going to come in. That's going to be a 18 to hit. Oh, excuse me, 19 to hit.
All right, so that'll hit me.
Okay.
But I have a thing that I haven't been able to use yet, which is deflect missiles.
Okay. And now I know the gist of it, but what is like if you roll, you catch it and get to throw it back or something? What is this?
Yeah, so I reduce the damage by 1d10 plus my dexterity modifier and my monk level.
Okay.
And if I reduce it to 0, I can catch it if it's small enough for me to catch.
Okay.
And I just
So
dropped my d10.
yeah. So go ahead and roll yours, and I'll tell you what the attack is here.
All right.
So,
So we're reducing it.
the damage is 8.
Okay, so that's for shit 7.
7. Oh, that's so.
So I only take 1 damage from it, but
Yeah. So you reduce it down to 1 damage, and as it sinks in, you go up to catch it and try to take it and throw it back at him. As you do, it skates through your hand and just leaves a gash amongst your hand. And it just kind of flopples back behind you. But now he's sitting back, and he no longer has his daggers. So that's the thing.
all right.
And that's going to be the rest of his turn. with that, oh, sad little guy in the corner. He's just gonna take his sword and just swing up and flail at Corbin. He's going to. No, he's not gonna hit. So as he swings up to swing his sword, Corbin just takes the warhammer and just flings the sword across and just ding, 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 clatters onto the floor. This guy's now backing up, just backed up completely against the wall, and Corbin's now hovering over him. With that, it is now Corbin's turn. Corbin's gonna roll an 18 to hit.
Fucking execute him.
And he doesn't have a lot of health. So, where's that die?
Corbin's fucking ruthless.
Hold
man.
on. Corbin, where's Corbin's stats? I forgot to put them down here. Corbin's stats, +2. So he does 4 damage, the guy had 3 health left. So as he just, he deflects the sword attack from the guy on the ground, the sword, scatters across onto the ground. He just looks at him and he says, "Don't ever touch my family stuff." And just splatters his head once again on the floor. Blood, brain matter everywhere. And Corbin kind of looks down at him and spins around. Corbin is then going to use the rest of his turn, so this guy is now out of play. Corbin's then going to use the rest of his turn to, what's his movement? 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Move over towards you guys as well. And, actually, no, hold on. He's going to move up towards the boss. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he's going to jump right in this guy's face. Corbin looking very, very confirmed in his fighting style now, as he's already splattered multiple heads at this point. So he's not fearing this orc one bit, and he's jumping right in the face of him. But that is going to be the rest of his turn, and we are now to Lee.
All right.
So you got one very surrounded halfling and one very drowsy halfling right next to you.
Yeah, I don't really give a shit about the halfling. So I'm going to go after that boss and charge up to him.
Okay.
What are those
5,
things on
10,
the right side of the cave there?
20. Those are just loot chests.
Okay.
They're really small, really hard to see, but they're chests full of loot.
All right. That's disappointing. Okay. I can't do any environment shenanigans right now. Yeah, I'll just try to hit him with my stick.
Okay, so go ahead and make that attack.
Nope.
Nope. Bonus action?
Yep, I'll try to, alright, I'll use my last key point to flurry blows him.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
First one's a nat 20.
Ooh, baby.
Second one is, 14.
14. Alright. 14, unfortunately, does not hit.
Okay.
Double damage on the first one, so double dice damage, add modifiers.
So it would be, I rolled a 2, so it'd be 8 damage?
So 2 times 2 is 4, plus whatever your modifiers are.
Okay, so 6 damage.
6 damage. So you deal 6 damage to him.
And I want him to do a strength saving throw.
Oh, he's good at those.
Yeah,
He's very good at those. Let's see
I
what
can
he does.
basically smash him between my fist and the wall.
Right. He is going to roll a 16 on the strength saving throw.
Alright, so he saved it.
Any half damage or anything?
Nah.
Okay.
It's
So
just,
that'll-
if he saves, then he doesn't move.
Cool. So as you go, you hit him with the staff and come in with a couple unarmed blows. You sink that one deep into him, and you're thinking, man, he's gonna be pushed back and slammed against this wall. And this is just a mountain of a beast. And I mean, this dude, you hit him and you just hit solid ab, and he just flexes on you, and doesn't budge one bit. And that's gonna be the end of your turn. So with that, we are now to Cat. Cat. Got a halfling surrounded in front of you, and the boss is now up behind you guys.
All right. Is there anybody else with the halflings right now? Is it just?
Yeah, it's you are right here. You have Thodak flanking the halfling that's still conscious, and Max, who's over here a little bit further back, but still in range of the halfling as well.
Okay, I'm gonna go around and flank the one with Thodak.
You already are flanking that.
Oh, alrighty. I'm gonna go ahead and make an attack on him.
Okay, go ahead and make the attack with advantage.
17.
17 hits. Roll the damage.
Okay, that's 4 plus 2. All right, that is 10.
And you're not adding your proficiency modifier to damage rolls, right?
No.
Just your strength modifier?
Yes.
Okay. So that's 10 damage, you said?
Yes.
Okay. So as you come with this longsword again, you just pierce straight through, shoots out the top left shoulder, and pierces full through clean. As you pull it back, some blood slings off the blade, and this guy, he's actually gonna fall down to one knee a bit and kind of stumble his way back up, looking pretty rough at this point. Any bonus action?
No, thank you.
Okay. So with that, we are now to Thar'dia. Thar'dia, you gonna cleave this guy in half? You're muted.
How far is the boss from me?
Too far from you to make it unless you dash.
Gotcha. Then yes.
If you have something to throw, you can throw it at him, but you might hit Dixon on a bad throw.
Ooh. Yeah, actually. Let's do that.
All right, what are you throwing? Do you have another javelin? Because your first one broke.
Yes, I have 2 javelins, but I'm gonna throw one of my hand axes instead.
Okay, so you take the hand axe and you go ahead and make a ranged attack at that. Don't roll low.
Hey, I might be able to catch it this time.
That's a 15.
15 just barely hits. So across the room, you just lob a hand axe and it just sticks right into his shoulder. Roll the damage.
That is 8 damage.
8 damage, nice.
And then I am going to use my melee attack to cleave this guy in half.
Okay, so go ahead and roll that with advantage because you are flanking.
That is a modified 20 to hit.
Definitely hits. Roll the damage, cleave him. Cleave him!
Roll for cleave.
Roll for cleave.
That's 12 damage.
12 damage. And as you bring your great axe down, you just say, no, please! Just slams right down on the head. His head just topples off and just rolls. Blood starts spewing out, and the halfling is no more.
Fucking sweet.
Amara just looks away immediately.
All right, so you look away, the gore too much for your sight, and you can still use your movement if you want. You can start making your way towards him.
Yeah, I would like that, please.
So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You're right next to Dixon. Lee, excuse me. All right, and so with that, we are now to Max's turn. Max, you have an unconscious halfling in your view, and you are not in sight of the boss.
I'm going to get my rope out and try to tie up the unconscious halfling.
Okay. So you make your way up to him, and you start tying. Just make me a d20 roll.
All right.
No
Is it like
modifiers.
survival or anything?
Yeah, actually survival sounds good. Go ahead and roll it with survival.
Ooh, I got a natural 20. I'm real good at tying up midgets.
Good job. And we actually just had somebody follow too. I believe it was Raven something. I didn't quite catch the name, but thanks for following. Appreciate it. And what was the roll?
Natural 20, so 27.
Oh yeah. You tie this dude up super hard. Like you wrap him up. You essentially hog tie him. Tie his feet back behind him to his hands, and he's unconscious, completely tied up. We're gonna see.
Can I
roll
slap
me.
him?
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say roll. I was gonna see if you were too rough with him anyway. So yeah, go ahead and slap him. And as you slap him, he wakes up and hey,
I'll
what is
just,
this?
As I'm tying him up, like rock him forward and smash his face into the rocks a couple
Okay.
times. Not hard enough to hurt him, but hard enough that it wakes him up.
All right, so he's like, hey, stop! What are you doing? And you're just smashing this little halfling's head into the ground. And he's gonna take a little bit of damage just because I think it's fun. He's gonna take he took 3 damage.
Amara's just watching this like, all right, if that's what you want to do right now, maybe you should stop.
All right, so he took 3 damage. His nose is sufficiently bloodied at the moment, and you're good to go. So that's bonus action and action. With that, we are now up to the halfling's turn. So he's gonna sit there because he can't do anything. The other halfling is dead, so they're no more. So let me mark that off. And with that, we are now to the boss's turn. Lee, roll me a strength check. Strength be strength.
All right.
D20 strength modifier.
All right. 8.
19. He's going
All
to
right.
push you back. 15, 20 foot. Now make me a strength saving throw.
That is a nat 20.
Nat 20, damn. So as this giant orc,
man.
I know this giant orc just starts pushing you back, and he's and then as he gets to the part where he's gonna throw you and try to knock you onto the ground prone, you just focus down on that key energy and just stop, dead in your tracks, and he hits off you and just kind of stumbles back a little bit, very confused as to what sort of resistance this tiny dwarf is giving.
I am the mountain.
So now he's going to make one. Oh no, excuse me. He doesn't have any daggers. Yeah, he doesn't have any daggers, so he's not going to make any attacks against you. That's his full turn. With that, we are now to Corbin's turn. Corbin's going to rush up and flank the boss with you, and he's going to make 2 attacks with advantage. First one does not hit. Are you kidding me? Second one doesn't hit. I rolled 3 3s, a 4, and a 6. So, wow, that's amazing.
Welcome to my night.
I know, right? So, as he rushes up, he's swinging as this giant orc is just pushing you back, and he's not estimating the speed of this orc correctly. And as he's swinging and running, he's just barely missing every time he swings, just chasing this guy down behind you. And that's going to be Corbin's turn. Wow. With that, we are now to your turn, Lee. You just got pushed back
right.
20 foot and got this giant orc in your face.
Alright, so he's got a hand axe in his shoulder, right?
Yes, sir, he does.
I'm gonna drop my quarterstaff.
Okay.
And basically jump up and grab onto that hand axe and rip it down.
Give me a strength check. See how far you gouge it down.
We're looking at, god damn it, 10.
10. I'll say you pull it down a little bit. Go ahead and roll me just a d6 with no modifiers.
All right,
So you do a little bit of damage as you pull it down.
3.
3. All right. So 3 damage. You jump up. You grab this hand axe that Thar'dia threw, and you pull it down, and it wrenches. And it kind of catches right there on the clavicle itself, and won't pull down anymore. But you still have a little bit of damage to him. Any bonus action after that?
I'm guessing I'm just kind of hanging off the dude, right?
Yeah, you're kind of just. I mean, he's 7 foot tall. You're a 4 foot dwarf. So yeah, you're definitely up in there hanging.
Yeah.
I mean, you can one-hand it and just punch the shit out of him.
Well, with my bonus action, like, could I make a kick where I, like, bring up both my legs and kick him in the chest and pull the hand axe out?
Yeah, I could see that happening, definitely. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check. It doesn't have to be much, just to make sure you don't mess something up.
Sure. Roll the 17.
Yeah, you're good. So
All
go
right.
ahead and roll me the unarmed attack.
Oop. Stay on the table, please. Oh, that's a fucking 5.
So as you go to kick, he sees you coming up, and he just pushes you off, and you slide back another 5 foot.
All right.
No damage dealt, and that'll be it. So with that, we are now at the top of the turn. Cat. One sufficely tied up, half elf next to you, and then the boss that you just saw push Lee off in front of you. So what are you doing?
Okay, I'm gonna definitely go by and stand with the boss.
Mhm.
So, I think Corbin is right there.
Yep.
Can I
You
flank
wanna
with
flank?
Corbin?
Yes,
Yes,
you can.
please.
You step right in front of Lee
Alrighty.
and flank.
Alrighty, and then I'm gonna expend 1 paladin spell slot to do divine smite on him.
Okay, that's not advantage because melee attacks are what have advantage. So not spell attack. So it would just be a normal spell attack. If you want advantage, you would have to roll melee attack.
Ooh, I think I'll just do melee for now then.
Okay. So go ahead and roll the melee with advantage.
I was looking at Divine Smite, and it doesn't make any sense because there's no roll for it.
14.
14, just barely misses. So as you swing at him, you just you swing over and you catch nothing but ground as you chop down with this long sword. No damage dealt. Any bonus action for you?
No, I think I'm good right now. I'm just gonna look at Lee and kind of like motion to the shield and say like, in case you need it, please stay behind, just in case.
Cool. So that's going to be your action and bonus action. So in that, we are now to Thar'dia. Thar'dia, you want to charge this guy?
Oh, fuck yeah, I am, sir.
All right, so you move on up.
All right. Not really anything I can do with the environment. There's no pillars or anything close to me.
No, you're kind of out in the middle at the moment.
Okay. Then I suppose it'll be a Great Axe.
All right, so go ahead and make that attack. You are not flanking, so that would not be advantage. If you want a reckless attack, you can.
Even though I already rolled.
Yeah. If you want a reckless, go for it.
Yes, I definitely would. Oh, well, fuck. That doesn't help me. Crit fell.
Oh no.
Wait, did you roll 2 crit
Yeah, I was about to
fails?
say, was that 2?
No, I rolled 3 and then a crit fell.
Okay.
Well, that makes up for your natural 20s. So, as you crit failed. But I'm gonna say you rolled with advantage, so you got the 3, so you don't lose your great axe. So as you roll, or as you take this great axe, you run in, and you're just coming in this frenzied rage, and you're just not thinking clearly. All you can think is blood, and as you swing, you're not as precise as you normally are, and once again, catch nothing but air. Bonus
Can I
action.
make my second attack? This is
Yes,
bonus
so you
action?
can. Go ahead and roll it.
Oh, whoa, that was another fucking 3. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, man, you're not in the moment right now. Something about this guy, you might maybe even a little intimidated by this orc because you are a little bit smaller than him, but something's just clouding your vision right now, and you just can't seem to make that attack hit. So with that, that's gonna be your turn. Man, you guys are rolling really bad at the moment. All right, so
It happens.
We went from amazing to horrible.
yeah,
real
like
quick.
yeah, I thought you guys were gonna destroy this guy really fast, but some really bad rolls coming out. So that's Thadak's turn. So now we're to Max. Max, what are you doing? You do have line of sight on him.
I want to pull out my rapier and move forward towards him.
Okay.
Join in on the party.
Come on in.
I want to do
It's
anything I can to get flanking or anything.
I was about to say it's close. I'll say you can move maybe behind Amora and move over to the side and flank with Thaldak. So now you'd be considered flanking with Thaldak. This guy is thoroughly flanked. He's flanked on all 4 sides. It's not looking good for him.
20.
20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. That was with advantage, correct?
Yeah, I got a 1 then a 14. 12 damage.
12 damage. Nice. So that is... So as you bring this rapier in, you just stab straight through. And Thaldak, you actually see this rapier pierce out through the right side of his chest. And as it pulls back, a small hole just starts spewing blood onto you, actually, covering your chest with blood. And he...
Not the beard, though. They missed the beard.
Nah, misses the beard completely. Beard's still looking good. But this guy, he's looking pretty rough at this point. He's not on death's door, but he's definitely not looking too good. Max, any bonus action?
No.
All right, so with that, we are to the boss's turn. He's going to turn around instinctively from the attack that just came from behind. He's going to face Max. And Max, he's going to make his weapon attacks at you. So the first one is going to be a 14 to hit.
14 does hit.
14 hits. Okay, second great axe attack is going to be 16 to hit, so that hits as well. And then what is the dagger? Oh, no, he doesn't have daggers. Excuse me,
No
so that's all he's
daggers.
got. Yep. So 2 great axe attacks coming at you, Max. It's going to
Alright.
be 6 slashing damage to you for the first one.
Okay.
And the next one is going to be 8 slashing damage to you.
Alright.
And that'll be his turn. And so with that, we are now, he's off the list as well. We are now to Corbin. So Corbin's going to make 2 attacks with advantage. This guy's not looking in a good spot right now. Oh, wow, 19, that'll hit. And I'm going to add modifiers to it. And second one misses with 3. So he's going to roll, he's going to bring out the Great Hammer, and he's going to come up and just try to beam this guy right in the side of the head as he was facing Max at this point. So he's going to, nope, not that one. It's this one. It's going to do 8 damage to him. And beams him right across the side of the head. As he does, as Corbin brings his great hammer into the head, you can hear a crunch in the side of his head as the bone, the skull, gives way, and he's definitely flustered by it. He lets out a huge roar, and he instinctively looks right over towards Corbin, and he's cornered, and he knows he's fighting for his life at this point. He's definitely not looking good. So With that, we are now to Lee's turn.
All right. So,
Lee, you have Cat directly in front of you. You could move over towards the corner, left or right of her, and get an attack on him if you want.
yeah, so what Lee's gonna do is he's gonna run over, pick up the family
Okay.
sword,
Okay.
and toss it at Corbin. Just like,
All right.
To Corbin.
Yeah.
to Corbin.
So
Yeah.
you move over just enough movement to grab the sword, and you're gonna make a toss. Go ahead and roll me a strength check just to see how close you get to him.
Okay. Are you fucking... That was a nat failure.
Oh, so as you pick up the sword and you're about to give him his family sword to finish off this orc, you go to throw it, and as you do, it just slips out of your hand, just ding 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 ding, falls onto the ground, and yeah.
Alright.
Bonus
At
action.
least you didn't impale yourself.
Bonus
Yeah.
action, can I pick it up?
Yeah, you can pick it back up. You got it in your hand. You can throw it to him next round.
Alright.
Okay. Jesus. All right, Kat, we're up to you. You do have advantage on melee if you want it.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and swing the hit. $14 again.
14, unfortunately, does not hit. So as you bring this great axe, he's flailing around. He just got cracked in the head, and as he does get hit in the head from Corbin, he ducks down, and that throws off your aim just a tiny bit. Swing and just goes right above the head and just barely misses. Bonus action.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. So that's gonna be it for Kat's turn. Thar'dia. Thar'dia, you want to do something here? You got advantage on
Very
melees.
tired.
Let's go ahead and try this. Great X.
Great axe. Cast great axe at him. Go for it. With advantage.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nat 20?
No, that was a 3.
Oh,
Fiction.
you have advantage.
No,
You have advantage. Did you roll
Oh,
with
okay.
advantage?
no, I did not. No, that's not much better. That's a 12. Does not hit.
Does not hit. Come on. I mean, you still
It's
got a
been a
decent
long
amount of
battle.
health, but it's just like, Jesus.
So my second attack will hit. That's a 24 hit.
24 hits, definitely.
And that's 11 damage total.
11. So as you bring this great axe in, you cleave deep into the arm socket, deep into the arm socket, the left arm. And as you do, that was the arm he was holding his great axe in, and it cleaves so deep in that the arm goes limp and drops the great axe onto the ground. And blood starts spewing from it. He's looking bad. So that was your bonus action. With that, we are to Max.
I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers on him. So he makes a Wisdom saving throw,
It's not
and
very
on a
wise.
failed save, he takes 3d6.
Okay, where's his wisdom? Oh yeah, he's a little bit wise. Oh, that doesn't help. He rolled a 7. So
All
7
right,
total.
yeah, that fails.
All right, so go ahead and roll the damage.
That is 10 damage, and then he moves as far away from me as he can.
That sucks. Okay, so 10 damage. So as this screeching just fills his head, he goes, oh, 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 and he just takes off running. And 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks of opportunity. So that's going to be Max, Thodak, Cat, and Corbin. All attacks of opportunity. Corbin does not hit.
Mine is a 19.
Natural 20.
Or
Okay.
natural 19.
And Thodak? You
17.
muted. Oh, no, no, you're good. So all of you hit. Cat, you're going to roll 1 damage dice, multiply that times 2, and then everyone else just give me 1 damage dice, no modifiers. Just damage dice.
Oh, I got
That's a 9.
8.
10.
So
I'm just hitting 10.
let's rewind this a little bit. As he's screaming, he starts to take off running, and all of you just converge on him at once. And as you do, all these weapon attacks just come in, cleaving different parts of his body. An arm falls off, his throat gets slit, a rapier goes through his chest, and he falls. And he is no
Fuck
more.
yeah.
That was a group kill, man. He had 10 health left, and you guys threw out like 25 damage or something.
Murdered that guy.
And so with that, we are now left with all of you standing in this room, dead half-orc and one alive but being pretty badly halfling, laying on the ground, tied up. Everyone else is
He's
dead.
my new friend.
So what's
Him
happening?
and I are gonna go places together. Like
Uh,
go to that river.
Lee's gonna walk over to Corbin and Thodak, I guess, and like hand Thodak back his axe, what he was holding on to.
The hand axe?
Yeah,
Okay.
and
Thank
then
you.
just like look up at Corbin, just hold out the sword.
And as you hold out the sword to Corbin, he kind of takes his hammer and puts it on the ground, and he reaches out and grabs it, and he says, "Well, this has been a long journey. I thank you all. I thank you all for what you've done for my family. This sword means a lot. I cannot believe these filth had the gall to take something that's so precious to us. This sword was my grandfather's. He used it in many battles and many wars, slain many of our foes. I'm truly in debt to all of you. Thank you. You're truly heroes. Thank you all."
Is the sword damaged at all from falling on the floor twice?
No, it's not damaged. It did have a little bit of a crack in the blade itself already, just from seeing years of battle, but it's no worse from wear than when you guys originally found it.
Okay, that's good.
So you give him back the sword, and you guys are free to do what you want.
Amara is gonna put her hand out to Corbin and just shake his hand and say, "It was a pleasure working with you."
He clasps your hand with both hands. He says, "Thank you so much. I'm glad to see that they did not kill you, and we did not lose another good life this day. Thank you for all you've done."
Nod, and then walk over to the dead half-orc.
All right, so you make your way over, and he's an orc, not a half-orc. Full
Oh, my
orc.
bad.
But yeah, you're over to him. What do you want to do?
I would just like to crouch down and possibly whisper, like kind of like closing his eyes if they're open in a way, and just say, although you have done some dastardly deeds, I truly wish that you find peace. And then she's just gonna kind of like stand back up and say, "It's done."
And so as you did, his eyes were open, and you laid his eyes to rest. His crimson blood covers the floor, and you stand back up. The deed is now done, and you guys got the sword back. So there are some loot chests in this room. You did see some gold scattered on the table, and 3 chests over in the far right-hand corner of this cavernous room. So you can check those out if you want.
I'll walk over to the chest in the back, and as I do, I'm just gonna like bring my hand and just slap the halfling in the face as I walk past him.
All right, so Han, you come like this way, and you walk around, and you just slap him. Or you could have just like walked right to the chest.
Slap it.
No, you go over the long way to slap
Okay.
the halfling.
So you go over there, and
Dramatic one.
Slap
as
it.
you do, he kind of like rolls over to the side, and he's like, "You beat him now. Come on, let me go," and just gets slapped right in the face. And he's like, "Oh, shit, that hurts." And you walk up to the chest. So you want to check out the chest?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to try to open them with my rapier.
Okay.
Not
Might
even
be
checking if
trapped.
they're locked or anything.
No.
Yeah. So you go to open one, and you fumble around with the rapier for a little bit. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll. Just a rapier attack roll.
15.
Yeah. We'll say you fumble around enough, and you finally get it to sling open, and you've opened the far right-hand chest. Let's see. Looking inside. Hold on. Where the hell am I? Okay, so looking inside the first chest, you do see a sack of gold and some leather armor in the chest. So you can pull out the leather armor and the sack of gold. You find 100 gold in the sack, and that's all it seems to be in this chest so far, or in this first chest. Anybody else do anything at this point?
Yeah, I want to walk over to the boss, and
Uh-huh.
I want to see if his great axe is anything special. Or
Alright,
if it's
so-
just a normal ass great axe.
Right, so you go and you pick it up and you inspect it. Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
Well, we all know that's where thought axe succeeds. That is I rolled an 18, so that's a 17.
17. Oh, that's not bad, man. This is 5e, just FYI. Sorry, talking to somebody in the chat room. 5e is what we're playing. So yeah, you looking at the great axe, you can tell. Honestly, I mean, it seems a little bit differently built than yours, but it just seems like a normal great axe to you. Doesn't seem to be anything special.
Does it look cooler than mine?
Yeah, it looks a little bit cooler. It's a little bit more.
Transmog?
Yeah, it's a little bit orcish, you know. It's kind of got a couple spikes coming off the end of it, and a little bit more rustic than yours. So it definitely looks a little bit more gnarly.
Cool. I dropped mine and then equipped that one.
All right, cool. So you now got his great axe.
And I also
I'll
want to
open
check for
another chest.
Check for any.
What?
any loot on him.
Oh.
You feel around in the pockets. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. What'd you want, Max?
I wanted to open the other two chests.
Okay. What was
Preferably
investigation
the
check?
same way.
That's a 13 investigation.
Looking on him, you find 10 gold in his pocket. Max, you open up the second chest, and sitting inside the second chest, you see that there's two potions in the chest. Currently, you are unidentified to you. You don't recognize what kind of potions these are, but you do have two unidentified potions at your disposal.
Is it Arcana or?
Yeah. It would be an Arcana check to figure it out.
I'll try to figure it out. Ooh, natural 20.
Ooh.
So
Roll me a-
22 total.
All right, roll me another one. So that we'll say that was for the first potion.
Second one is an 8.
An 8. The first potion you have seen in your travels, you know it to be a potion of Hill Giant Strength. And you now have that at your disposal. The second one you've not seen before, and you would have to take it to maybe a potions vendor or a merchant to possibly have it identified in the future.
All right.
Can Amara actually go over to the tied up halfling
Okay.
and just like come on over and then just pick him up since he's hogtied and just kind of like sling him over her shoulder?
Okay. Roll me a strength check.
And that one.
A natural one.
With modifiers 3.
Okay, so 3. A natural one's a natural one. So as you go to pick him up, you start picking him up by the rope that Max tied him with, and you start to sling him over your shoulder. And as you do, you drop him, and he's gonna take 3 bludgeoning damage from the floor hitting his face. And so as you pick him up, you drop him, and he. Oh fuck! What was that for?
She just immediately, oh, I'm so sorry. That wasn't the meaning.
I'm gonna laugh or attempt to.
Oh, that's one of the most eerie things ever. Watch somebody laugh and nothing comes out.
Oh my god.
Okay, so there is still one chest left open. Max, if you want to open that, or anybody else.
Yeah, I'll open it.
All right, so Max, open it up. You look inside it. There is a bag of gold. You find it to be another bag of 100 gold, and you also find a bag of gems. Looking at them, you would probably estimate their value to be somewhere around 50 gold or so. So you could possibly sell those to a vendor. And at the bottom of this bag, there is like a kind of a almost satin-lined bag sitting at the bottom of it. It's just a black bag, and you can pull that out as well.
I will.
Fuck yeah.
Satin bag. That
Yeah.
sounds cool.
Lee is going to cut off the boss's head with his hand axe
Okay.
and tie it to his belt.
So it takes you probably 3 to 4 minutes to get through the bone, the sinew, and muscle and everything like that. But you sufficiently cut the head off and go ahead and strap it up to your belt.
So that's the third head that you've had tied to your belt
Yep.
so far this session.
You've just got an array right there going on.
Yep. And
I haven't held on to any of them. I've always given them away.
Max,
You have.
Max, being a connoisseur of the arcane arts, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check on that bag.
16.
16. You would know this to be a bag of holding.
Aw,
Out
yeah.
there.
Fuck yeah.
So there it is.
I'm going to just take my backpack off and put it inside.
Okay. So you just put it in, and as you put it in, just disappears. Look in the bag, it looks empty.
I'm gonna turn to everyone and 2 thumbs up.
Okay.
Lee just kind of gives you a look like, what?
It's a bag.
Uh,
All right,
I'm
anything
gonna-
else?
I want to walk over to the halfling and just like pick him up like a suitcase by the ropes where it's
Okay.
tied together.
So you're just gonna carry him as a suitcase?
Yeah.
All right.
how are we gonna get out, guys? There isn't a bridge over the river.
We'll say, out of brevity, just to move the story along, you all find your way out of the cave. Trial and error. A couple people did fall in the water, made their way out, climbed up the scale rock face with some ropes, and you guys weave in and out, back through the resting area, back through the dining area of this bandit hideout, and once more out into the wilderness outside of Rorash. So you all, I'm assuming, are you making your way back to the keep?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I want to ask the halfling. I want to write on a piece of paper, telling him that I will let him go if he can accurately and truthfully give me locations of other bandit camps in the area.
All right, so as you take a decent amount of time to write this down, you write it down, and he looks at you and says, "Look, honestly, man, I've been with this group forever. I don't really know of anybody else. We kind of stay to ourselves. We live in a damn cave. We don't occupy with any other bandit groups. We take what we get as our own. I don't know of any other groups. Please don't kill me."
I'm going to insight check.
All right, so go ahead and inside check.
This guy's a known liar. 14.
I just want to say that Lee's in the background holding his hand axe.
Sounds
It's
good.
like looking at him.
14. He's telling you the truth, man. They keep to themselves. This is their own bandit group. They don't know of any other places around.
Okay. I'll get everyone's attention and like hold the dagger to the rope or whatever.
He's set up with-
and like kind of shrug.
Lee just shakes his head.
Like
Yeah,
asking to
I
let
see
him
that.
free.
Hmm.
So you guys are not wanting
Amara-
to let him go?
Amara nods to let him free.
It's up to you, man.
I think we should take him back to the High King.
I think that's perhaps the best choice.
Feel like it's not worth it.
Okay.
Max, what are you doing?
I'll just put my dagger away and slap him in the face again as I start walking.
You just slap him. He's like, "Oh, come on, man! What was that for? Shit! I told you all I know." And you gotta start making your way back to the keep. So, as you all make your way back to the city of Roresh, you pass through the gates once more into the market district. You have High King Bowden Evan Pike's sword in hand, the family sword. You all walk for about 15 minutes or so. Once again finding yourself at the High Keep. You all make your way inside. There seems to be a few more people in here than there were last time you arrived. There are a lot more servants that are cleaning the Great Hall and others that are hanging ornate tapestries and decorative items on the wall and such. The
So
center of the
there's-
walk... yeah, there's like some blood dripping off the head as you're
Just
walking
tracking him,
through.
one ton of blood.
We're all just covered in fucking gore at this point.
Yeah. So in the center...
Clean them.
In the center of this walkway, there is a tall ladder, and on top of it, there sits a man. He seems to be cleaning or possibly restocking the candles on one of the two giant antler chandeliers in this hall. Looking past, you can see Ransley, the guard that confronted you when you first got into the keep. And as you look past him, obviously you see High King Bowden sitting on his throne once more. You all approach, and Bowden has his gray hair pulled back into a ponytail. Long kept tied beard tied at the end, and he all greets you. "Nice to see you all again. You have any words for me?"
I think your son will be the best one to explain.
"My son? And he looks past, and after you say this, Bowden kind of looks through the group, and he notices Corbin standing there. He says, "Corbin, what are you doing with these travelers?" And he kind of swallows. He's very intimidated at this point. You can see him just sweating beads. He says, I helped them get our family sword back, Father. And after Corbin says this, there's an extremely long, silent, uncomfortable pause in the Great Hall, with King Bowden just looking at Corbin and at each one of you. At this point, the king's face begins to fill with anger. I told you that you were not to chase these bandits. What if you were killed at their hands? How could you be so reckless? But Father, I was not slain by these filth. They could barely even wield a blade. I told you I was going to do my part for this family. I'm not a child no longer. Bowden looks towards the group and he says, "Why did you let my son go with you on this dangerous path? Why did you take him along?" Looking at all of you.
Lee just says he is a fine warrior.
Mm-hmm. Amaro's just gonna say, "A fine warrior and a very confident man. He saved my life."
I don't know you, Drow. How did he save your life?
She's just gonna kind of like bow her head in respect first and say, "Those bandits had me kept up in a cage for many days, and if it wasn't for this whole group and your son, I don't know if I would have ever been able to get out."
He looks at you and he kind of gives you a nod and he says, "Well, be it reckless. It is a good cause, and I'm nice to see that you are unharmed." And then as he says this, you hear a voice come from behind, a female voice come from behind the king. You hear, she speaks up and she says, "Well, he is hard-headed, just like his father." And as you can see a woman come from behind this throne, behind the hallway, behind the throne. Walking out, she's a very beautiful woman, long blonde hair, braided drapes down over her shoulders. She's wearing a flowing white dress that's trimmed in blue, and as she walks up to the throne, she walks next to Bowden and she says, "I remember when you were you had just as disregard for your father's word as Corbin does. He's your son through and through, Bowden. You cannot blame him for his actions that you yourself would have taken in your youth." By now, you can all see how the dynamic is playing out. You would assume this to be the Queen of Roresh. She looks towards all of you and she says, "Where are my manners? I do not believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. I am Maureen."
Thought I'd blood.
Lee just
Amara
kind of like
Sarnar.
bows his head and is like, Lysian.
I am going to mouth my name and like bow forward.
And as you do, she gives a little bow of her own in respect, and she says, "Well, it's nice to see that all of you helped my son get through this and brought him back alive. I do thank you for that." She says, and then after she says this, Bowden speaks up again. He says, yes. Pleasantries. I will deal with you later, Corbin. The sword? Do you have it?" And then Corbin walks up and holds the sword out to his father. And as he does this, he kind of grabs his beard and strokes it down a little bit, and he says, "By Moradin's beard, you have found the family sword. Did these bandits give you a lot of trouble?" And he's looking towards the rest of the group.
Not
No more than
terribly.
we could handle.
No.
Yeah, not terribly,
much.
as like Lee holds up the head of the bandit, the
And
chief.
he looks at it and he says, "It's mighty fine work that you all did. Well, I'm glad to see that none of you were slain by the thieving hands. You do not know how much this all means to my family. The sword's been passed down through our family for many generations, as Corbin has probably told you already. It's fought many battles with his grandfather, and I'm glad to see it back safe. I'm at your debt." Go
I
ahead.
walk up closer and drop my briefcase at his feet.
As you do, he looks down and he says, "What is this? Who is this?"
This is one of those responsible for your family heirloom.
And as you say this, this little halfling looks up and he says, "Name Saul. Sorry."
I just
and,
kind of like toss the head at him, at the halfling. Just like,
And it rolls down and it kind of like splatters in front of his head. He's like, "Oh my god, he was much prettier when he's alive." And it kind of just sits in front of him. And as he does, he says, "Ransley, get this halfling out of here. Send him to the Briggs." And Ransley comes up and he grabs him just like a suitcase. He's like, "All right, come on, halfling," and starts taking him off. And he's like, "Hey, where are you taking me? Come on, man. I said I was sorry. I mean, what are you doing? Come on down there." He just starts fading off into the distance, giving up a lot of protest as he does.
Gonna wave. Like,
And so, let's see. As Ramsey's carrying this guy off, he says, "Hey, Ramsey, while you're back there, grab these fine travelers their payment. Also, grab a couple of those healing potions to throw in as well." Ramsey nods in acceptance of the order, and he walks past, and as he makes his way back around the same hallway that the Queen came from, you can see Ramsey disappear out of sight. You all make some small talk, looking at the sword, and some subtle smiles creep onto Bowden's face as he's sitting there looking at it in his hand. The anger from seeing his son go out to do this very dangerous duty definitely kind of breaks away into a smile, and he's very glad to have this sword back. A few minutes pass. Ramsey comes back, and he gives you all your payments. And he says, "Well, that settles us up for this matter, then, I guess." Bowden talks to all of you. And Ramsey comes by, and he drops gold in each one of your hands. Any other business we have?
I'm going to pull out my piece of paper and write "pain and suffering?" on it. and show it to him and point at my neck.
You can see the long scar under there. And he says, "Ramsey, go get him one more." So Ramsey walks back behind. He comes back, and Ramsey tosses you another sack of gold, Max. So he says, "Very good then. You've all done my family a great service, and I would like to say we're having a feast here in 2 days' time. I would be honored if all of you would come as my personal guest of sorts. There'll be food, ale, and entertainment. Also, a lot of rich people with problems that might just suit your group's expertise. What do you say?"
Sounds like a plan. Thank you, High King.
All right, so all of you are good with that. And he says, "Wonderful. The feast will start at dusk from 2 days from now, and I'll look forward to seeing all of you there. Also, if you need any formal attire, I can set you up with my personal tailor, Isaac. He can set you up all free of charge. He works down at the Market District. His shop is named Simply Stitched. And make no mistake, there's nothing simple about what he does. He's the best tailor within 3 days' walk in any direction. You tell him that Bowden sent you. He'll get you all sorted out with attire."
Liam just kind of like looks down at his half shirt and like.
Yeah, just ripped up blood. Just
like
it's a
torn
formal.
up again.
It's a formal feast. You guys definitely probably want to look the part going out.
How much gold do each of us get?
Yeah. So excuse me, Thodak, Amara, and Lee, you all get 150 gold. Max, you get 300 gold.
Ooh.
I should have had you roll a persuasion check, but I didn't think about it. So we'll just say you persuaded the shit out of him. You're a bard.
I do what I can.
Yep.
Put on his best puppy dog eyes.
And so as everything's settled up, he says, "Thank you all once again for bringing the sword back safe." And as Bowden says this, he stands up from his throne. He says, "Ramsey, let's go over that list one more time before the feast. I want to make sure I do not forget any names." The royal family starts to break apart at this part and go about their business, and you're all left standing within the Great Hall. And excuse me, you also have Ramsey also brought 2 greater healing potions for the group. So that's not 2 each, that's 2 greater healing potions. You can divvy those up however you want. But that is your payment.
All right.
So you guys are standing in the keep. You all start making your way back outside, talking about the travels you've had and all that good stuff. At this point, we are going to be wrapping it up for the night. It is a little bit earlier than we normally go, about 20 minutes. So it actually took about the full time I thought it was going to take, so that's good. We're going to wrap it up here. We are going to be trying to bring in another member to the party next week. We are going to be having essentially a 1 week in-game time layoff. So you guys as a group, you can choose to do whatever you want in that week. If you want to go tie up some loose ends with family members or do whatever you want to do, go get your shit-faced drunk, go see about your stuff. And we'll also say when you guys come back, you'll both Thodak and Max, you'll have your armor that... Why is this not playing anymore? What? My music just stopped. That's weird.
Still playing.
Still going on our end.
Yeah, same.
All right, either way, we're done anyway. So we'll say you get your armor back from the leather worker. So Max, you get the pauldrons, the skull face pauldrons with your detachable skull. And Thaldak, you get your cloak. You're made out of the saber-tooth skin. And both of those will put you guys up to +1 AC for both of those. Thaldak, you're still considered unarmored.
Okay.
So other than that, we're going to say you guys take a week of in-game time off to do whatever you want to do. If you all just want to hang out and stay in the Roarish Inn and just kind of, heal your wounds and settle up and stuff like that, that's fine. But if you have something you would like to RP or whatever in that 1 week period, we'll pick that up next week and we'll be bringing in a new character as well. But other than that, anything else? Everybody good?
So are we
leveling
saying-
up as well?
Okay, so apparently... Oh, hold on. I'm dumb. I had my mic turned down from the end volume, whatever. I was like, why is no one talking? It's so quiet. So, other than that, we are going to say, we actually do have a couple people watching. I know we had a couple new followers actually. We had a Raven Knight or something like that, and then now we have April Dawn. So, appreciate both of you for following. Do have Purple Death in the chat as well. Thanks for watching. We will be back next week, next Friday from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Central Time. And we'll be back then to pick up the story where we left off. But until then, we're going to wish all you guys a good night and have a good weekend. Till then, we'll see you. So everyone say goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
See you guys later.
Good night.
See you later, fuckers.